What is poppin', people? Welcome back to the Misplay for Game podcast. It's been a while since we've done one of these live, but as always, I'm your main host, Andrew or Elixir.
Hello, friends. It's me, Tommy. No traveling because I'm staying home this week. It's gonna be awesome. Nice to see you all.
Hello. This is where I tell you to go play Cardfest Vanguard, but instead play Pokemon Champions. Kool-Aid VGC. We're so back. Our services are for hire, so
Channel members only, though.
Yes, channel members only.
If
you want to get to like Master Ball, hit us up, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, and I'm here to tell you to play Cardfest Vanguard.
Oh my gosh, the heel turn.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, all right. For some reason, Seb's camera keeps jumping in and out, but we'll figure that out. The joys of an online podcast. But he is real, and he may start moving. Otherwise,
he's real.
Eventually.
Yeah, he's real, and so is his top 16 Greymon.
True.
Yep.
I was so upset though. I thought you got the Metal Greymon for top 16, so I was so excited, and then it wasn't.
It's you specifically being the adventure guy who doesn't get his card is such a bummer. But
Wait,
there's always next time.
I thought you
also,
got top
you're
8.
on Nats because you got an invite.
I thought you got top 8.
Exactly.
Top 8 doesn't get another prize, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. I got like another set of the Alphamon sleeves or something like that, I think it was, and that was like basically it.
Okay, that's cringe.
Yeah.
Andrew, cool new setup, bro.
Yeah, thanks. It's the same one as before I moved the camera over. It's mostly actually just to like showcase this cool ass wall that Jane made. But like straight up, it also showcases that I have a lot of bulk sorting to do. Hey, look, going to the, you know what? Having 6'7" is what made Seb's camera start working. Ain't that funny? Yeah, we're back from Bristol. The side B of episode 67 is not out yet, but part A was. Hope y'all enjoyed the car pod, but we're back to regular business for a nice chill episode where nothing crazy happens, I don't think.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
How was Bristol, guys?
The buffet was insane.
Buffet was crazy.
Correct answer. Ding, ding, ding.
Shoutouts to Cosmo's World Buffet, baby. The real MVPs of the British tournament scene.
First of all, don't book there, okay? Because like I'm booking there.
I need it. Yeah.
I need to like figure something else out to do. Second of all, sweet and sour chicken. It's so good for when I bubbles, you know?
Oh, true.
That's what it was like ready made, right? It was bubbling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man. If you had said that on the day, Seb, I wouldn't have been so bummed out.
Stream was good. People showed us a lot of love. I say us because it was Misplay for the Game takeover in day 2. Day 1 where I was on my lonesome. I'm also on my not getting paid. So if you want to support the podcast and the channel, you should check and see if you have a Twitch Prime burning a hole in your pocket. You can be like DHM right there and turn the overlay blue for free. Take money away from a billionaire and give it to me. And it will be redistributed through the Misplay Mercenaries. And then there's
a lot to talk about, actually, huh?
Yeah, we got if you're on Spotify, like or 5-star or however it works on your podcast listening thing of choice.
Rating, please.
Yes, high rating would be lovely.
Save it to your library. That helps too.
Oh, that's new. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe if you haven't, and then join the members. If you're a champion, you're going to get to see excellent bonus content from the podcast 1 month early. Sometimes the quality of the bonus content does vary, and you get to find out how varied it is as it comes out.
The Rumble Arena video just went public, dude.
It's
Genius.
so good.
Genius. Marcio, we made a card because there's an ice physics stage in Rumble Arena, and I made a card that was like, give your Digimon when moving, it must attack, and that was like being slippery.
Yeah.
Book?
Yeah.
We had the Chaos Wasteland where depending on how many field spells were face up in security, changed the effects of the layout, whether it was like FD or raised or flames. It was peak. So if you want to go see what else we did with Rumble Arena, where we like do a real Boko for like 20 minutes and then I derail the segment entirely, you should go check that out. And if you wanted to see it when it came out, become a member. Yeah, Bristol YouTube Music went rogue, so I did not get paid for all of day 1. But shout outs to OPE, getting us some cool participation and letting us do it. because
we're gonna try and get Mr. Adam Red Scar on in coming weeks as well. Partly because me and friend of the show, Ted Mate, topping player for I think have we had a live episode since Terry topped in Liverpool and got the Genesis result?
Huh?
I think he bubbled out.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
maybe
he
that was
bubbled out.
yeah, he might have gotten like 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, shouts to Terry. But Terry and I found Adam like didn't ban this.
Oh, Thomas Mike has fixed itself. Splendid.
So, dude,
Please get him to ban the Omni Sharkmon in Eden.
Yeah.
We can't let Harry win an Eden week again.
I was talking about that. I listen, we'll do an Eden rant later maybe, but they gotta do something about Yuya or whatever his name is. Or Yugo, excuse me.
Oh, the Zaxxon dudes?
Yeah. Well, not even that Yugo, like the white tamer that's not a delay card. That
They can take them both.
Yes.
I'm not opposed.
Hey, leave the Zaxxon cards alone, they're cool.
I think like Eden was like is like pretty cool, but I think like Eden was supposed to be like my substitute for like when I didn't want to play just like standard Digimon, and then like now, you know, my stake is a little bit too juicy and I just can do other things, so I haven't really played Eden in a while.
It's okay. We have lists once the ban list drops that we'll be able to hook you up with. Everything will be back.
But see, the thing is, right, I could play Eden, or I can just convince people to bring their Card 5 Vanguard deck, and I just do that instead.
True.
So,
you will not take me back. But someone wants to build me a Genesis. Is it 50? It's been so long since I played Vanguard. Is Genesis?
Yeah, it's 50.
Yeah. If someone wants to build me a Genesis 50 and show up with it.
Unfortunately, the Premier like Genesis deck got hit, but it's fine.
Yeah, it got hit because it's good, which means I will at least be playing with not Ragey. Because like I get to pick between, you know, format all-star needed to be hit and guy that, you know, is lost in the old person's home. So if someone wants to build me a Genesis 50, I got time.
If only we knew a guy.
Yeah,
to be fair, like I don't know if we covered it, but like Vanguard had like a nuclear ban list like recently. And
must
like
be nice.
Have we even
have
we had a live Misplay since like you did well at Bandai Cardfest? Or sorry, Bushiroad Cardfest?
Good point.
I have no idea. It's been so long. We've been doing car pods to just fill the space.
Doing anything but the live one.
2026 was the live Misplay consistent schedule, and then we were just like, what if March and April don't count?
We were really busy.
The ban list is insane.
Yeah, they kind of just like were like, what if we made like the game like playable and like not stale? Because like they'll do this thing where they'll do a ban list and then like decks will just like build up over like 3-4 sets, and then it's just like the same decks. And then they'll like slightly hit them, but then they have to like rotate them out with power creep. This time they were like, power creep is completely fine. You know, we like where the decks are. Let's just top decks. Let's just bring them down. So, and the other cool thing is like, usually we don't get our ban list announcement until like a long time. This time they were like, English players, you're gonna get this like really early.
Yeah, like they announced it like on like a Thursday, and then the following Tuesday they announced it for English, which is insane.
That kicks ass. The delay is normally crazy.
Yeah, the delays are.
They also hit like a bunch of like defensive cards that were like, not saying like, oh, defensive cards are bad, but it was like defensive cards that encouraged you to like not play the game.
Stall defense cards.
Yeah. Like they encourage you to like damage deny your opponent so they couldn't play the game, just so you could deck them out like very, very slowly.
Oh, cringe.
So they banned all those cards.
I think it's because like, you know, a game like Vanguard, it's very difficult to do control decks correctly. And I think like we were getting to the point where the control decks were just playing more perfect cards than the other decks, as opposed to like big shield. And I think like Bushiroad prefers when your deck has big shield versus like this is effectively a PG. Because sometimes effective PG cards can then be looped. And then it makes it very unfun for like a casual experience.
My deck didn't deserve it though. They hit my deck. They didn't deserve it.
It's always like that. Yeah. My deck was fine. Everybody else's deck was cringe. The
Prism wasn't hit hard enough.
A life of playing a high tier.
Yeah, you know.
Prism wasn't hit hard enough. That's all I'm gonna say.
True and correct.
Dude, where did you guys place for Bushiroad Cardfest? Actually, now that we're talking about it, like, what was the actual run like? Or maybe not.
I couldn't tell you where I finished. I don't know. I actually do not know.
So here's the thing, right? Nobody knows where they finished because somebody did a little fucky wucky in round 7, okay? And
Humorous joke.
As a result, they had to like repair everyone. So first they had to take manual results of basically if you were X2 or higher, they had to take a manual result. So they got your Bushy ID and then like on just a piece of paper, they were like, okay, who won? Then what ended up happening was they couldn't override the system because somebody fucked up. But then they had to like redo the round, drop everyone that was below X2 and then input the results. So a lot of people just don't know where they placed because they just got dropped from the event and they only kept the X2s. And then from there, then a handful of the X2s made it to top 32 because at least it was top 32, which is kind of neat. Typically, like sometimes they do top 16 and sometimes they do top 32 based on attendance. I think like if you reach like 300 plus players, they usually do top 32.
How big was this?
Yeah, because premium was top 16.
Yeah, premium is only top 16. This event was just shy of 350. They increased the cap like twice already because they were not expecting people to. They were not expecting to reach cap.
Developers, when they're surprised, their premier event circuit caps when a region who doesn't get to play.
The main reason why there was also like some issues with the event was just because the way that they're doing it in the UK is a distributor / like organizer, which is Bliss. They're the ones TOing, and then they basically get like the people in the community / like staff or judges from like Pusher that they know are like good and get them to like run the event alongside them. But the first time that they did it was Summerfest and it was 3v3, right? So what it meant was that a third of the people were using their phones because, well, you only need one person on your phone. This time they did not account for like 300 plus players like all checking their phones for pairings. So the internet got barked a bit, but they said that for the next event they're going to upgrade the internet. So
they're going to get a 4G router this time. They'll really move back into 2018.
On the pairing thing as well, it meant that like if you were X2 or X3 like I was, it meant that like you basically sat in your seat for like 2 hours just waiting to be told you could leave. So like I was literally I sat in my seat from like the start of round 7 and didn't leave for 2 hours. And luckily Harry had got up and moved around and came and sat with me and played like premium with me, just so I wasn't sat there bored out of my mind.
Yeah, it happened to a couple of people where like the people that are like on the lower X2 / X3s because like you just kind of had to wait because they were like going around taking everybody's results. I was like towards like more not top tables but like just shy, so I got my result taken pretty quickly. If you were
like a higher priority,
yeah, some people were just sat there waiting for like 2 hours.
Did you guys get compensated for this?
Nah.
Or did they just like my bad?
Nah.
It's a shame.
So the thing is, like, they can't really give you compensation because you didn't really pay to be there in the first place. It's a free event.
Right, I'm with you.
But short events are free. Like if you can make it to Manchester on a random like Saturday morning, it's literally free money to show up. Your deck could be just horrible. It doesn't matter.
You get promos that people want.
The promo pack is like at least like $20. So you show up and you like, oh, anybody want to buy this or trade or whatever? And sometimes you'll get a good card. Sometimes it's more than 20.
Wow.
Literally free real estate.
Dang. I'm sorry you got your placements. I had I known, guys, I probably wouldn't have mentioned.
Oh no, it was just me. Marcio topped.
Oh yeah.
Wait, where did you go?
I swear we talked about this already, no?
Have we talked about this on the show?
I don't know. You've been to 2 BCFs and done well enough at 2 BCFs.
You did
2
really good at
BCFs, 2
Summerfest.
tops.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
100% conversion rate.
No, I don't think we talked about this because I feel like I would remember them taking the X3 is death literally.
We would have brought up like a tweet that you made or something. There's no way we've talked about this on this.
I guess. Okay. Well, I topped for sure Cardfest. Championships, BCS Championship Series. This is effectively their, if you know like Yu-Gi-Oh, this is their like YCS equivalent. This is the second half of the year where you're actually playing for an invite to go to Worlds. But you have to be like a 1% player because it's like only like top 4 get invite, and then if you first place an event, you get a sponsored invite, which means that like Bushy will cover. They'll pay for your stuff. Otherwise, like you go on your own.
Because it's free entry as well. You literally get like a free trip to Japan if you win. It's like insane.
So man, if you're good at counting triggers and like playing the odds, there's a good amount of money to be made in Vanguard. I mean, also the game is very fun. I placed top 32. I died in top 32 to a player that is much better than me. Like I as soon as we sat down, this was like one of the people that it was just kind of like, oh, okay, my run ends here. It was a cool fairy tale and all, but like I'm just gonna get diffed. I brought effectively like an anti-meta pick because the way Vanguard works is that going first is so much better than going second. There are decks that want to hard go second, like Seb's deck. In his case, he wants to go second every day. He goes second, he does fuck all, the opponent doesn't do anything, and then Seb decks them out.
That's not the win con. That's not the win con.
But you can do that.
Yeah, it's I deny your resources and I show you you're going to die here button, and if you don't die, I show it you again, and then you die.
So Seb was actually playing like a control deck.
Royal Knights Andes when they can play a bigger man than the other guy.
Maybe not control, but like I think that scales a lot better than the opponent and like has like a defined late game win condition.
Sure.
Whereas I was playing like Unga Boonga, like I'm going to bash your skull in from turn 2, and like you gotta figure this out because like I will kill you eventually. The main thing about my deck was that where Seb's deck wants to always just go second. My deck is slightly better going first, but if I go second, I can just like equalize the opponent's cards in hand to like my cards in hand, and then I can kind of like live through their turn because they'll have like so little resources, but then I kill them on turn 4. That was sort of like the game plan was like, I go second. If I lose a dice roll, I can go second. I will equalize, and then I'll kill you on the following turn. But the other funny thing is that my over trigger just kind of wins the game on the spot. My color just has one of the best over triggers in the game, and it was really unfortunate because my round 7 opponent, she was like up by quite a lot in terms of like hand advantage, and my only out was to literally just OT her and just kill her on the spot, and unfortunately that's what happened. Otherwise she would have definitely won. So is my top fraudulent? Well, no, because it was the only time that I checked the over trigger where it mattered. So when you think about it, you know, I was owed a freebie.
Everybody
Game
gets
is game.
Yeah.
Game is game.
It's so. Go on.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
It's so annoying as well because like obviously, Marcel, you can come to locals. You hear everyone telling me I should have taken this other deck.
Oh,
but
true.
I didn't want to take it because it was like if you went first, you won the game on the spot. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't win the die roll, you struggled more. And then I think 6 out of my 7 games, I won the die roll, so it'd have been fine anyway.
So
I was a bitch. Yeah, I got punished for being a bitch.
Well, you've learned your lesson.
The school of hard knocks. They say Cardians don't do anything.
I mean, is it sacking people, or are you just playing to your outs? Because that is what our Bristol champion basically said frame 1 in his interview. It's just like what was the difference maker today? Just top deck the out every time. Most of my games I was in a losing position and I top decked the out and won. It was like,
just have it.
That's my go.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of have to go for it. It was kind of funny because like round 1 I played against the local, like somebody from like our like Manchester group. I won off a very small margin, and then 2 and 3 I won just fine. 4 was against another local, but this is like probably the best player in our area. He's like the most consistent and like regularly tops. That game was so unfortunate. I actually would have had him if I didn't damage check 3 PGs. And his deck also plays the same over trigger as me, but it's like slightly better in his deck. Had I had 1 PG, I would have been fine. It was just like the worst game ever. I just got like my deck just like fucking shit in the bed, dude. It was so sad.
Is Vanguard best of 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's the part I always think about when you guys talk about these 400 player tournaments.
I used to be a best of 1 hater, okay? But best of 1 rewards you for knowing the opponent's deck, and then also rewards cheese. Okay, if you love cheesing, best of 1 is so good. because you just won it in the opponent. Shake hand, collect playmat, go hang out. It's peak.
Dude,
Also, like,
that's the vibe.
the game can't be best of 3 because games take too long.
Yeah.
That's the other thing with Vanguard is like you guys would legit have 3-day tournaments, especially running multiple formats at like a championship series. Like that would be crazy.
The name of my deck was Vice Ruger. It's like a moon themed deck. It's like robots and like not robots, but like
Aliens.
Like alien space creatures that come from the moon.
Yeah.
Then what else? So at this point, I'm like, I have one loss, and if you're X2, as long as it's the same thing in Digimon, like as long as you're X2, you're X2ing to like, sorry, as long as you're losing to good players and not losing too early on, you're fine. Then I get, so this, I lose round 4, I win round 5, I lose round 6 to, like, I don't know how to describe this sequence, but I got robbed. This guy, the deck that he was going to play was similar to the deck that I was going to play, which is what you call like a Weiss Schwarz deck, where the whole point of the deck is just to take as many like non-triggers out of your deck. So then when you're swinging your Vanguard, you're just checking triggers. But like there's certain ways to counterplay on certain turns, because like if you give them 1 damage, they can deal 4 attacks on turn 2, which is like super broken and like not like this is like one of the few decks, if like the only deck that can consistently do this if you give them a damage. So I don't give him damage because I know how to fucking play the deck. I'm taking out his rear guards because like I know that he needs to like make board with like not his hand, because otherwise he'll run out of hand and he can't protect himself. He gets his like first turn, I live, I get my turn, he 6 damage heals, I think, but I don't think it super mattered. He gets another turn. I have like enough defense that I'm like, okay, the only way that I actually lose this is his guy, like the way to think about his deck is like his main guy, like if you know Vanguard, your Vanguard does drive checks, but he attacks with 2 different Vanguards because he swaps his Vanguard. So he goes 2 checks, 1 check. And then his deck was playing what's known as red OT. So all the OTs are bullshit, but basically this over trigger basically says that you can make something that's currently stood attack twice. So randomly, your deck will just have 1 extra damage, which is fine. The only thing is like red OT is really broken on rear guards that gain a crit. So if your rear guard goes, oh, when I swing, gain a crit, red OT is absolutely disgusting. His deck does not have that. But the attack pattern that my opponent went, he goes, swings his Vanguard, and I 2 to pass, which is fine, but he gets
crit OT.
No. He gets red OT first, which is great because red OT means that
get
like
it out of the way.
He won't, if he allocates it to the Vanguard, I take 1 damage, which is it doesn't matter, inconsequential, and it means that like his rear guard, it's a rear guard that he swinging twice with it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he puts the OT on his rear, and then I'm like, okay, I'm looking at my damage. I'm at 5. I'm at 3. This is fine. The only way he wins this is if on his second check he gets a crit. Would you like to guess what happened?
He whiffed.
He swings his Vanguard and gets a crit. But it's fine. It's fine because I'm at 3 and so was he, because he had healed down previously.
Yeah.
So the way Vanguard heals work is like you can only heal if you have more damage than your opponent or equal. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm at 3. Between my over trigger and 4 heals, I can heal down and I can live because I had like I could sort of like guard the rest. It was just like as long as I heal once, I'm okay.
Yeah.
He swings. I have to take 2. First check, damage trigger. Damage. It's a draw trigger, and I draw
the
into my heal.
It's so yep.
And then second, and then he swings again, and then I get my OT. But at this point, I still have to take 2. So even though the OT comes out, because the OT is effectively a heal,
You're
I still take
taking the damage.
I still took the damage. It was like, okay, so my opponent got perfect triggers, and I got the worst trigger sequence possible. Just like insane.
Early Vanguard, I actually used to take draw triggers out of my deck because shit like that would happen to me, and it would like tilt me for 7 games. Like I'd be playing
then,
a casual and like draw trigger, draw heal, or draw trigger, draw crit when I need to 2-pass.
Yeah.
Like it was just like it tilt me for the rest of the day, and I just like I'd rather run stand triggers and sack the shit out of people than run draw.
That's so funny. And then last round, I'm sorry to my opponent. She's from Liverpool. I just robbed her. So that was peak. That was a great day. And then
Premium was peak as well.
You want to talk about your premium run? I didn't really play that much premium. I kind of dropped out early because I wanted to go shop around.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't top, but like I bubbled out of getting top 32. But like me and Harry were running around on premium Sunday, and we were just scamming our way through.
Oh, Harry was on stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But like we play premium for fun. We don't like really test the format properly.
I feel like premium is the sort of game that if that was your main competitive outlet, you'd kind of be a crazy person.
Yeah.
Like it has shades of like if my favorite competitive environment is Pokemon TCG Expanded.
I have described premium as like it's like when they're doing their combos, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's no draw lot bird, there's no like Ash, there's nothing. Yeah. You cannot interact with it.
Yeah, your opponent just
until they start swinging at you.
It's over.
It's kind of like there are decks that play for like.
Also, still best of one, which is.
Yeah. The thing with premium is you technically have more control because every clan has like more available like defense tools, so you can like stop a lot more bullshit. And there are
it's also
generics.
A lot more unique, right?
There are generics that can kind of like stop decks that like want to kill you by like swinging like 20 times. Mm-hmm. You do have counterplay. One of the problems is like loops are much more egregious because like the premium is like a supercomputer format where like it's literally expanded where like you go, I want to like do a thing. And you just do it.
Yeah, I bet there's 2 cards from 2019 that let this new thing break, right?
Yeah, there are certain.
Premium slander killed Marcio.
Well, to be fair, like day 2 premium,
but like I don't know if deck is I'm going to attack you 44 times.
Okay, Marcio's back and he's attacking 44 times. That's so peak. You died midway through the premium run.
Yeah. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just like some decks can just do like 44 attacks, which is like I'm obviously like that's not Hellheart 8 is a deck that exists, but one of the best decks in the format is literally like I'm going to guarantee check the over trigger and then I'm going to swing with the over trigger. How many times is it on Fenrir sub?
It's at least I don't know. Like I played against Fenrir like once and they bricked.
Oh,
so I've never actually played against Fenrir or TK.
That's eternal.
I just know it's cringe.
I'm pretty sure it's like 5 times with a crit.
Yeah, like it beats your defensive OT.
Why does it do that?
Because like the Genesis, they just
yeah. Sorry, you're right. I remember.
Stacks the deck.
Yeah. They just stack the deck and then they go, yep, over triggered. I'm swinging with the over triggered power 5 times. So you're just not living this.
Yeah. To be fair, at Manchester, there wasn't a lot of loop decks like just in the room. There was like
that is true.
A couple. But I got one loop. I got a Fenrir player who like I'm playing a deck called Jewel Knights, which is just like I'm gonna go first. I'm just gonna bash your face in from turn 2 and kill you.
Yeah.
And I won the die roll, so I bashed his face in from turn 2 and he died.
The sentiment for premium was basically like they're not killing premium, but they're kind of just like stopping main event support because they'd rather do like standard both days. Yeah. So a lot of people were just kind of like I'm going to bring like my favorite deck for the last event, quote unquote, that we know of.
Yeah.
So
I wish I'd had that for Pokemon. I was talking about that the other day. That like if I had known the last expanded online event I played in COVID lockdown was the last time I played expanded anything, I probably wouldn't have spent it on Pikarom.
Pikarom, Jesus Christ! Pikarom is like it's like mac and cheese for people that don't like that shit.
I like Tapu Koko has so many cool cards.
Yeah, Tapu Koko's kind of him.
But yeah,
I love.
Hey, congratulations, though, guys.
I really love like talking about other games that we're from because I feel like it contextualizes a lot of the decision making we have. You talking about like, Vanguard.
You're gonna make me bring out the dirt from my Duel Masters years. That's the real spooky shit. Where I was on Worm and Tribal.
Like, Vanguard makes you play like a fucking
Where do you think
scammer.
the mill comes from?
And then you look at Andrew deck build. I'm like, these are just 4 scam cards. Why are they here? I'm like, because they will be where I need them to be when I want them to be. I have 4 over triggers in my deck. Deal with it.
that's like the best thing about going back to Vanguard is like since playing so much Digimon, tutoring. Oh, it's I love it.
What a
I
crazy
love-
thing searching
Yeah.
is.
I love that I can pick up my deck and find what I need.
I saw this tweet the other day. There's been this TCG meme that's been circling around on some Twitter and stuff, but it was like resource systems and stuff, and it got like a whole bunch of people.
Oh,
mad
people
about.
just like taking the tier list. Oh,
But
okay.
it was like it was a tier list of the way it makes you feel when your deck goes wrong, and like Digimon got like an S because when your Surf whiffs, your Memboost whiffs 4 and you get no Digimon, and you're like, yeah, that's about as stupid a way to lose your deck as possible. Digimon on top, baby.
But we've been like converting all the Vanguard guys to play Digimon. It's just really funny.
I don't know why they're doing it.
It's so
There's
sick.
now just like a Digimon table at the Vanguard locals, and it used to be the other way around. But everyone wants to play Digimon now.
I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know why these like the Vanguard players have it so good that like why would you not want to be playing Vanguard? They're like, I want to play Digimon.
You're
and
too close to it, Marcio.
Marcio,
Digimon,
We make it
You're
look so
part of
cool.
the
We make it
problem.
look too fun.
You're part
you're
of
too
the
close to
problem.
this, bro. You're too close to this. You got to think about this. I was having this conversation at Bristol. I mean, Andrew mentioned it a little bit on the comms during the stream, but Digimon's like absolutely goated right now compared to how it's been in the last 12 months. Digimon, like if you're just trying to pitch a friend of yours who likes card games, Digimon's never had this many decks that have somewhat like 6 month snapshot, right? Never had so many decks that are so good. Topping, the price has gone down for a bunch of stuff. There's events all the time. You can go to stuff. There's a reprint set that's great. There's a bunch of cool art things. There's a bunch of cool themed sets.
And the
You make a
bullshit in
good
Digimon
point.
is not Vanguard bullshit. Like when you
Yeah.
get sacked by like unseen Grav Crush or fucking Hammer Spark into Randy DNA option, you go, okay, yeah, understandable. If you come
Yeah.
from Vanguard, where it's like the only out is if the deck is stacked against me and I lost at shuffle step 9 turns ago.
Yeah.
You know what? What you just did, that was fair.
I think my thing with Vanguard in like all like the into the Digimon pipeline is like a lot of people they're like, wow,
Sorry, it's called an Ethernet cable, dude.
the Digimon pipeline is like everybody looks and goes, oh wow, the memory gauge system is so cool. And in my head, I'm like, dude, this shit hasn't mattered in like 4 years.
You poor child.
Maybe like 3 if I'm being reasonable. Like the memory system just hasn't really mattered that much.
It's
the
weird.
first time you read a training, you're like, there's no way they did that.
Yeah, but they're all also like, oh, Digimon looks so cool. It's like brick first. Like Digimon when you break. Oh, I'd rather be doing anything else.
We all know from before the Mulligans, though. Like that's the thing. We're all
Digimon
reformed.
is still better than old Vanguard. Old Vanguard, where you could get grade stuck.
Oh yeah.
When you could get grade stuck.
Well, before G assist.
When you like
And
pre
ride
G
decks.
area, and you
Ride
open
decks,
up and you just go, oh no, grade ones. I hope I draw it within 2 turns or I die.
Because like
Shouts to my
old
silence
Vanguard.
Joker.
Old Vanguard had like what are called ride chains, where like you had like a specific grade 0, a grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3, and if you whiffed the grade 1, your deck turned off.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was peak.
This is why I'm like the people that want to get into like Digimon from like a Vanguard background. It's like, you guys have it so good. Why are we playing in the dog water game? Like, I get it that it kind of looks cool, but like this shit gets like annoying very quickly. Like you're gonna whiff on like an important thing, or you're gonna get sacked in ways that like could never happen in Vanguard. In Vanguard, the most like you can brick is like, I drew a bit too many triggers, so I don't really have good units to call down. But
You
like
can still swing the Vanguard.
most ride lines like go like +2 or +3 that you'll just find your shit, and you have tutors. So it's just kind of like, do I choose the game that I get to play the game every single time, or do I choose the nightmare like fucking
Digimon's a great side game to pick up though. Like Yu-Gi-Oh players will pick it up on the side, Pokemon players will pick it up on the side. It's got like enough cool designs, an interesting system that you haven't seen before, unless maybe you come from Hearthstone, kind of. And then like you know enough friends, and the cards are cheap. Like you know enough. Every circle has like the Digimon player that kind of knows what they're doing and can hook you up with, 2p staples.
I just can't get over AD. Like, this is the first one we've had since AD came out. AD is a game changer.
I'm so mad it costs more than like thing. I get it because the pull rate is very, very good and the foiling is quite nice. But like It's so frustrating from a guy that was going to get these from locals packs that it's like, ooh, I'm being upcharged.
Yeah.
I'm being upcharged on my locals pack. Do you want to pay a little extra? It's like, I do not want 4 chicken
Yeah, but you
nuggets
get
at the
no
end of my
pack
local.
filler. I'm sure I'd pay £1 more per week at my local hobby store to get a booster pack that has no duds.
You might be right.
There's some duds.
There's definitely does.
Okay,
like,
sorry, but there are cards that are
They're
like, the thing about AD
They're
is
not
that they've at least
commons.
seen play. I love
Like,
me
they're
a little bit of a clickbait headline, and I'm not going to pretend this is the average barometric reading on this here. But the fact that AD, like the things AD has done to printings of like previously really expensive cards is so sick. Like I had been laughing about it with my buddy, shouts friend of the show, Baby Blue Bear, where we were talking about Lucamon, and I know nobody's gonna go to bat for Lucamon. I'm not gonna do it tonight. It's not important to me right now. But what is important to me is that you know that Lucamon lost 99% of its expense in 1 week because that card went from £60 to £1.60.
It won its feature
The
match
other
on
one-
stream as well.
The other one's Promo Vidramon.
That's macabre, by the way.
Yeah, Promo Vidramon's pretty good.
Oh, Promo V,
Like-
yeah, and the Mega Kabu, I only had 3, so I'm very happy to have a 4th one.
Like that card was like at its peak was like £50, and it's like now bulk. Now it's a
Mhm.
bulk card.
Yeah,
is
it's,
true. Bad
it's
deck.
awesome. And
I
they
think
forgot
that-
Caesar, but they'll get him next time.
I think the main thing with like Digimon is like kind of how I treat Vanguard Premium, where like if you and the person that you're playing with are playing like tier 2 Digimon, where like
You're
you're
having
not,
a great time.
it's pretty fun. However, I think my personal like caveat to that is that like I have brainworms and I can solve a matchup before it even starts. So like I immediately like find the points that, oh, this matchup is gonna suck because this
Yeah,
will
yeah.
interact like this. So one of us is not gonna have any fun because like yellow deck that has to touch security versus Styrak. I'm using a bad example, but like,
Sure, yeah.
or like deck that has on deletion versus deck that balance spot deck. And it's just
Leopardmon
like,
into everything that was played last Wednesday.
that is Henny's fault.
Shouts to
Nah.
PXP. I need that playmat. The orange and yellow one is so cool.
And
I
on the
gotta
like the like all of the Vanguard locals getting back into Digimon, that's like the last thing. Is Marcy, you went there on Friday, but like James is getting everyone else into Vanguard, into Digimon. So he can like learn it with them because he can't tell if he's shit or not because he played against me, you and Harry. We're like his only frames of reference.
Oh yeah, like I'm sorry,
She's
you're
like,
just
when-
not taking a game off of me if I
Yeah,
don't want
he
to.
was saying it. He was like, "Well, when the 3 guys I play against are all really good at the game, how am I supposed to like know if I'm shit?"
Yeah, which is like
It's just really funny.
which is like how are you supposed to do it? You're like this applies to like everything, especially fighting games. You're supposed to find people that are on the same like starting level as you, because then you actually have fun.
Yeah. The people who are as excited as you and as good as you.
As opposed to just like
I want to throw a thing in because you said something there, Seb, that I was thinking about, which is remember this is like year 1 Misplay for game, or we used to talk about the Bandai TCG curse of like if a game can make it to year 3. We're in year 6 now. And I think one of the interesting things about Digimon
get me
is
out.
that Digimon is actually kind of got like a little bit of a vintage going right now. I don't know if you guys have clocked into this. The game is like revisiting cool concepts from they do a lot of Membo Win from like early year Digimon, and they kind of like try to expand them into other mechanics and other sets and stuff in a way that I haven't seen a lot of other card games really nail in like eternal formats like Digimon has. And part of how they sustain this is better expansions, better themes, better product and stuff. Like if you told me when I started that like, yeah, actually, like we used to have to buy the Galmon starter decks to get mem boosts. That was like the thing people were doing. Now they're everywhere all the time. It's so easy to get your staples. They do a good job. There's LM sets that basically give you all your
trainings
staples.
and scrambles. I was watching Tricky just like splash like $100 on like 80 packs, and he was just getting like trainings and scrambles. And it's just like I remember having to buy those like dog ass like starter
the
decks.
whole of the UK is carried by 2 events because like half of the competitive scenes, like majorly, like
actually,
you
I'm
guys
not-
got all your trainings from Liverpool, and then a lot of the guys in London did the case split. So like trainings were like if you knew and you were aware of it in like September 2023. You were covered because you had all your trainings.
Yeah,
Everyone else was like, damn, I would love to play a green deck. I can't spend $90.
Yeah, that
I never felt that. I was actually suffering from success. I was just like, guys, just get trainings. It's not that difficult.
Literally, shout out to Griffin's Gaming. Yeah. Oh, actually, should we talk about that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of TCG news adjacently. So in case you guys aren't like in the social media space for card game stuff, there's been a series of break-ins across, I'd say, like the Midlands up to the north. One happened here in Warrington. We had another one in Griffin's Gaming. We were just talking about people basically have broken in and stolen a bunch of Pokemon stuff. So if you have a local store that you want to be,
you should tell them to not have Pokemon iconography on their windows.
Yeah, maybe make them aware. Yeah,
it's always Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon just can't, like, just when you think like the wave is manageable again, things just get ruined. So
I'm happy for the One Piece players that they are just One Piece expensive and not One Piece plus Scalper expensive, because like their prices are crazy, but like they could be so much worse.
And that the Yu-Gi-Oh thing didn't work. That was my big worry, that Yu-Gi-Oh was going to get screwed by it.
Sorry, I got like a notification on my phone, and then like I accidentally just like autopiloted and opened Twitter. I just got a banger that I need to read out.
All right.
Dude, live Twitter section, live tweet.
As a long-time VGC veteran, it's cool to see old sets like Scarf Rotom Washmaker returning champions. We call it Scrotom for short. Just a pro tip.
So Rotom is this Pokemon from before you were.
Wait, no, he was born in black and white, right?
Yeah, Rotom's from 2006, and
my first Pokemon game was Platinum.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Why did you think that would make me feel better?
No, if it's any consolation, my first Pokemon game was Diamond.
Shut up, Andrew.
I'm older than Seb. I just didn't get Pokemon until I had a DS, and I didn't get a DS until really late. I didn't have any. That was my first Nintendo console. So like, Diamond is my first one. Then I went backwards and played everything before that, and then kept up. So like, I can't flame Seb for his first Pokemon generation being Gen 4 because it is also mine.
Well, my earliest memory of like Pokemon was like playing on someone's like Game Boy, playing Ruby Sapphire. I remember they had like.
All right, Grandpa.
I'm gonna get so much worse in a minute when I tell you about learning to read with Pokemon Yellow.
They had,
basic reading ability required to play these motherfuckers.
Wait, what? What are those?
Yeah, this is
That was Emerald and Ruby, right?
Fire Red, and Emerald. I keep these motherfuckers.
Hey,
I would not have shown that on camera.
I have a cartridge with green with me.
It's those really old games that are on the Switch.
Yeah, I got Red Rescue Team as well. Yo, shout outs. I got nothing else of interest in this 3DS case. This thing was powered on for the first time in 10 years, so I could find out that my entire childhood collection was massacred in the slaughter farms of Pokemon Bank. Thank you, Nintendo.
They get you like that.
You know what Pokemon Bank is, Seb?
I know what Pokemon Bank is.
Yeah, okay. I wish Nintendo.
Me when I'm good as gold, I'm making it rain. Pokemon Bank.
Do you guys remember Pokemon Go? That was neat.
Shut up.
You don't want to know how old I was when Pokemon Go came out, guys. You don't want to know.
No, don't. Stop.
You probably had to take a parent.
Alert, abort, mute his mic. Hey guys, this is a Digimon show sometimes.
Nah.
How'd Bristol? Yeah. Do we want to talk about subtopic Bristol?
Yeah, we can do.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
I dropped in our live chat, Andrew, our good friend Digital Gate Opens page for the event.
While Andrew does that,
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Bristol was so funny, dude. The chairs kept collapsing on people.
Dude, it was spooky. I saw somebody get hurt.
Oh, that's a skill issue.
Yeah. Crazy.
Who said Pokemon go to the polls? Fucking time them out. I hate. That's not even a funny joke.
Tommy Tricks, you can't make me live 2016 again, dude. It's not appropriate.
Can we time out Tricks?
You can't make me live it for the first time, Tricks. I can't. I don't need to experience this. I've dodged it.
2016 was one of the worst years of my life. That summer was like
people attending. That's crazy.
No, the Greece event on Digital Gate Open seems weird because Greece is on the 18th. I don't know what event that is. I think it might just be mislabeled.
Yeah, so people kept like collapsing, like people's chairs kept collapsing, which is so funny. It was like a game of like Russian roulette.
Crazy wink on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, this actually pissed me off so bad. I love OP, but like, man, like
the lunch break.
They were like, guys, lunch break, woo! And I was just like, oh, dude, I'm so fucked. I hate lunch breaks so bad. Like, why? Just bring a fucking banana. Just like eat after.
Yeah, people who are like, well, I'm not even gonna put this on OPE. If you're at a TCG tournament and you hear you've got an hour for your lunch break, if you're going somewhere an hour away, you are griefing the tournament.
The worst bit is it wasn't even people going an hour away. It's if you went downstairs. So this is the second year that we were at the Ashton Gate Stadium. Yeah, Ashton Gate Stadium.
For rugby and football.
And they have like an on-site food thing that I don't know how they work during football season, because like, you know, a bunch of card gamers is not, you know, Ashton Gate Stadium average packed out football crowd. So I don't know how
Maybe just not enough staff.
Yeah, I just don't know how they do it, but yeah, the problem was that the kitchen was so backed up that people were still in line and waiting after an hour lunch break. That's how
this was an hour and a half.
Yeah,
it was an hour and a half lunch break.
I don't think it was supposed to be that long, but then there were
it's
just
like 45 minutes.
Show back up.
Yeah, it was 45 minutes, and then it was
we
like
sat for like 30 minutes. At half the room who was there on time just sat at the table for 30 minutes because like
the majority of the people were there. It was I don't even know.
That was
I just think that like I'm sure there's a procedure. I'm not gonna like TOing is complicated. We've done it twice and it was a nightmare. I can't imagine how you consider these things, but like I'm beefing with like I just don't understand. Maybe this is me, right? Maybe this is like an issue I have with my idea of the social contract, the larger capital S social contract. But if I'm at a timed event that other people have paid to be in, I'm taking the L that my lunch didn't show up and I'm gonna have to leave.
Yeah,
I'll like charge back on my bank if I'm an hour or something.
Especially
man.
if
but like
you
can't be griefing
well.
the people. Yeah, like I want to talk to the players. Just don't understand.
It's mainly because like like for me specifically, like I get into the zone and then like when I have to like cool off, it's just like okay, cool. Luckily, like Emily was like, oh, we'll keep playing. Like we'll just play a few more games just so you're like in the frame, to just kind of like keep making like, you know, Digimon like decisions and yeah, which like really helped. And like I think me and Tom were both like X2. Your X2 is like more unfortunate than mine.
If you and I want to talk tournament runs, we can. We should do Seb's first. I was gonna say Seb's is an interesting, exciting story. Me and Marcia both bubbled.
Interesting's a strong term, guys.
Yeah,
I accidentally topped.
Sorry, Seb. Congratulations.
I accidentally topped.
Just apropos of nothing, by the way, Manchester is officially the best Hoodie region in Europe, and I won't hear anybody tell us otherwise.
Yeah.
If you played Hoodie in Manchester, you know ball.
I low-key should have maybe taken it looking at my matchups because like TS and I only played like TS and Medusa for the most part, and anything that wasn't TS or Medusa would have just lost to Hoodie anyway.
I played a lot of TS.
Just to check as well, the new promos weren't legal, were they?
Correct.
No, they were not.
From
on
the
Thank God.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because I was gonna play Destruction Cannon, but I was like, I don't think it's legal, so I just trusted it wasn't.
You know what? That's
so
erring on the side of caution. You would not want to.
You wouldn't be able to submit it on the deck checker, just as an FYI. That's typically how I check.
Oh, okay.
Because 81 wasn't available for a long time on the deck checker.
They fixed that though. That was like.
Yeah, but we don't know they would have overfixed.
Okay,
it.
You know what? Great point.
Yeah, nobody wants to find
I knew a guy to ask either way, just to be clear. That's maybe the better way to do it.
No one wants to have a accidental Christian moment and beef your regional run. Yeah, shout out to him winning the Gundam regional.
Winning Gundam,
yeah,
really funny. Genuinely
Manchester,
really funny.
Manchester.
He then came yesterday to play in our like Gundam, like they call it like an Evo Cup for Gundam, and he was like saying to me like,
sorry, what are they called?
Yeah. What's it called? A new type challenge.
New type challenge. Thank you.
Yeah, and he was like, I've brought like a fun deck, or I've brought like the deck I won the regional with, and I was like, he's like, well, I don't know what to play, and I went, just mog everyone. Like, what does it cost?
Yeah.
just show him. Yeah. Do it.
I gotta say that like, look, man, I get that like, you know, those Gunpla kits are expensive, but you know what isn't expensive? A bar of soap. I'm sorry, but the Gundam side of the room smelled significantly worse. Like it was, you would walk in and like you'd have to like take a step because like Holy shit, dude.
We joked about it when Andrew and I went to go talk to the TO staff for the stream day 2, and I was like, it's like stale airplane air out here.
Like, dude, look, your main character has scenes where they take a shower too, you know? You want to be a Gundam pilot? Just like take a shower for, you know?
The problem is that Digi destined to bathe, but they don't gun damn in a shower. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Yep. One piece of soap can fix a lot of problems.
Dude, yeah. Mention something. Seb, how was your run, man? Let's talk about it. Where was your record? What was it on? What were you playing? I just rolled some stuff.
Yeah, I took Hoodie because I didn't believe I could get 8001 cards in time, so I didn't test any 80 of the 8001 shit I wanted to play, so I took Hoodie. I took Hoodie because I decided I caved the last minute. I wanted to do well and didn't take my shit for fun deck that I was going to play. I was 7-1, sorry, it was 8 rounds. I was X1. I finished 3rd in Swiss.
Dope.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Seb's list real quick. You want to pull that Hoodiemon list up?
Yeah. Shout out to the UK players, all did very, very well.
I mean, really funny.
UK event, but like our UK players did really well.
Not to take away credit from Seb, but I think it's really funny that he got Jamie into Billy both on Zeph round 1 and 2.
Did you get Billy as well?
Yeah.
What the hell? You're griefing our Misplay mercs.
Don't
man.
worry, I said the exact same thing. But luckily, newest pickup. Newest pickup.
True. You
Job
can't beat him, join him.
No, I got Jamie round 1, and then I got Billy round 2. And the game with Billy was so funny because after, like, while we were playing, I was like, I was gonna take Levia at the start of the year, like from like end of last year to the start of this year. I was like, I was gonna grind Levia for the rest of the year and just play that. And he was like, oh yeah, me too. And then the ban list came out, so we both just sat there like, oh, we miss Levia. We wish we were playing Levia right now.
Yeah.
You want to walk us through some Hoodiemon theory here, Seb? Talk to me. Man. Explain the pick.
Sure.
Everyone told me this deck was dead. They apologized for that opinion to me a little later, but up front, I was told it was over.
All I'm gonna say is stop playing Sylphimon. Stop playing Sylphimon, please. Please, Sylphimon is bad in this deck. Just play Imperialdramon. It kills them.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to make Venus, Seb?
Do you know what's better than making Venus and floodgating them? Killing them. Killing them is the best floodgate in the game.
Imperialdramon is also floodgate.
Yeah, but he kills you. He's 2 floodgates. You can't unsuspend, and he kills you.
True.
My list is like, I in hindsight, I shouldn't have been playing Woken. I don't think, but
I think Woken is maybe a little bit not as good as it was previously.
Yeah, I stuck with those option ratios because that's what I was comfortable with, like the testing I did for Nats. So I stuck with that. That's like not to mess with it, but like in hindsight, I think I should have played 2 Ice Archery instead of one. I
think that makes sense. Ice Archery very good this format.
Yeah,
beats the hell out of Medusamon.
Yeah, and that was like it's like Hoodie. Like most of it, like it's still the same. It's just you'll like Ryuji plus Shaq can't just hold the nursery hostage for forever.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he kind of had it coming.
Do you think the deck has legs past this in 81? Do you think we're gonna see? Because we're not actually at 25 yet, despite all the like hype for it. I think there's still 2 AD events left. We've had Sydney this weekend, and I think Athens is next weekend.
Yeah,
I think it does, but like I like not to sound like I got lucky, but like I kind of did get lucky. Like being the first event post ban list, because the ban list came out was legal from the day of Bristol.
Yes, true.
Like a lot of people I played against and spoke to said they hadn't really tested Hoodie post ban list, so there was like a less of a preparation for it.
Yeah,
so I think I just like
that's on them.
Yeah, I think that
if you don't study for
right?
the test, you deserve to fail the test.
Yeah, but like 3 of the people I played against were in top cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also means you played really good players. Yeah, sounds like you actually have to work for it. Except your game versus Vortex, where he bricked into you hella.
I think the most like important things about like Seb's list when I look at it is that like he made the conscious decision to like include the 3rd Imperialdramon. I think like 2 was pretty common, but I think like committing to the 3rd means that you're just more likely to see it, and it's like you can't add it back, you can't search it. You kind of just need
Yeah.
to see it at a certain point, and I think like 3 is just like, oh, okay, I will realistically see it.
Yeah. It's just
Imperialdramon
because,
player
like-
putting Piledramon in his deck. No way.
No way.
Well, it's
Crazy.
the thing is, right, like, you want to be as fast as possible, and I think I would never go to 4. I think 4 is way too many. But it's like another thing, like, not to talk about Stealthy again, but like, so the reason Piledramon's so much better is because he fits to the attack pattern of Hoodie so much better, because ideally you're doing 2 checks, and then make Pile, you're dead.
Yeah.
Because Pile swings twice instead of doing 2 checks. But it's also like just ending on Piledramon, even if you can't kill them, as like against like TS, like making Pile and saying, all right, your mini board can't.
Yes.
Yeah, your Minerva board that like is threatening can't do anything to me now because it's all stuck sideways.
I one of the things that I first saw when lists started popping up, similar to this one that you're playing, but like larger. Well, the first caveat to this is that post ban list, the first events were best of 1 like JP qualifier events that I'd seen. But the thing that like a lot of the lists had changed in variants on were like it was something some people would argue about, like Wormmon, where like you were supposed to play 1 and like that was the correct amount, and you were playing less Betamons. But now it's like post ban list, it seems like Mirai and then like a load of Betamon to like get extra raw card draw instead of having search, plus having the filter add back. Like that seems to be the, like, you know, Hoodie went from like the archetype that kills you with a broken top end on top of it to a toolbox deck that you're gonna find like a couple splash pieces in. So like
It's kind of like armor. I think it's like the
they
modern
formed
armor.
it to like a relevant power level that like I'm glad you said that, actually, because it reminds me of when like this kind of adaptation reminds me of not like in terms of like it's gonna dominate the format, but like previously this deck was like when Magnamon was like the thing in Yellowvac, and it was like Yellowvac armored good stuff, and it was just like a turbo climb deck that was like it had minimal windows of going wrong. Whereas now it's like, oh, it's very toolboxy. There's lots of things you can. So I think it's cool to see like card draw in engine supporting outside tech pieces. It's like that doesn't happen a lot in a lot of Digimon decks. So it's cool that it works here.
I think like another neat thing is like the conscious inclusion of like more Mirais over Yugo, because when me and Trix first constructed the Hoodie list, like at the previous Bristol event, it was under the impression that like because you had so many varied lines of play where like you could go like Yugo to play out a rookie, you could like set up more taunt traps, so there was a much bigger emphasis on the taunt, whereas this time around a lot of your kill lines come from like people not checking the Erica, so you just go, oh, Mirai to play out the tamer that I need to enable the Erica. And God forbid the thing you played out was like a Chitose, so then you still get the timing to go, yeah, start of main, I'll go to 8 memory.
Yeah.
Off of like Mirai play Cheeto. So it just does a lot for the deck. But yeah.
You wanna shout anything out for the deck, Seb?
Shout out to Keisuke, honestly. Like that's basically it. It's like whenever I've seen like people talk about like what cards need to get hit in Hoodie, it's always like Ryuji, Chitose, Shaq. It's never Keisuke. I don't see people talking about Keisuke. This guy's a fucking war criminal. Okay, he has 3 lines of. He has 3 individual effects.
And he costs less than the Chronicles tamer, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, he costs less than the 5 cost Daiken, and he does more.
Yeah, just go card.
He's the kind of card that like just scales your game exponentially. Like because you're a fast deck, any turn that you're not killing fast is a turn where this thing is just scaling a bajillion.
Homers, I think, is the closest thing to him in feeling like that every copy of him represents so much more value than is currently on board.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Keisuke
make Chitose play a thing, take it back off board with Erica or Keisuke to get more value is infuriating.
It's very, very short.
It's like it's one of the reasons why the hybrid decks were so good in like 2. Like beat 17 to like in like 2.0 was like they would dome your ass and then take themselves off board at end of turn, so you couldn't scramble and couldn't interact with their board in a meaningful way. Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Anyway, congrats, Seb. Way to go, buddy.
This is your 2nd consecutive Bristol top with Hoodie, technically. Like, the other one was an Ultimate Cup, but, like, because we were too busy talking about, you know, Trix and Marcio doing really well on Hoodie, the little-known side story that Seb just went and mogged an Ultimate Cup.
Yeah.
He was supposed to play in a 3v3 and was winning too much.
Accidentally topping.
Thank God you didn't, by the way, so that we could win the 3v3. Because you were on something on that Sunday, bro.
Well,
you were...
it was because the pricing was Gumdramon, so like I had to lock in.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
Jaden, by the way, making good on. I made £100 back selling my Arrestedramon from that.
Yeah, I
event.
couldn't find him on Sunday. Although I didn't get to see a bunch of people. Digidread, I wanted to say hi to him because I say hi to him at every event. I talk shop about cameras and stuff real quick. But he's such a everybody fucks with him, and he had a crowd around him all the time. And I was like, dang, I don't want to be another guy making awkward.
Yeah, but
So,
you're kind of
I'll catch you next
Hollywood,
time.
you know, a niche micro celebrity, the TommyNT. I think you could have just you could have buzzed.
I got away with it. People were very nice this time. I had one set of people said hello, and then most of it was like on Sunday after the stream.
We
So that was
signed
very
a water bottle, which was new.
nice. Yeah, that was
Oh,
cool.
true.
You
we
know the
did that.
TikTok trend of bringing like random things to school. You should have us sign cards and then something funny. I will remember
Yeah.
you more if you have me sign something funny. Like I don't know.
Yeah. My funny,
globe.
my favorite interaction from the event was like round 1. I brought my like Euros mat on purpose just to kind of like
Very sick.
Flex.
just to kind of like intimidate people. No, intimidate -1 attack drop. Just kind of like give them the shivers. Just like, ooh, I went to Europe. I went to Europe. Ooh, you immediately think that I'm better than you. It doesn't matter. You're gonna misplay. Ooh. So my opponent like goes, I really hope that you bought that mat and didn't win it. And I go, I don't know, man. Maybe I just really like Takamika.
I had
love-
like
Did it hurt you to say that about Takamika?
I used to like old Fenrir. I used to like PT14 Fenrir, but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Fenrir.
PT14 Fenrir was cool.
There was that. I had like a couple people that recognized like Misplay stuff, and then it was so funny. For some reason, this random bloke was hanging out with me in the X1. Was it X at this point? X2. So he was X2 at round. We played what round 8 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Round 7. This guy was X2 on heavy metal. But he was like, yeah, you know, I just played for a bit of fun. You know, I'm here with some of my more competitive people from my locals, and I was like, dude, either
He's
heavy
X2
metal.
on heavy metal.
If he's an X2 on a heavy metal, I need to like lock the fuck in. Like, okay, I'm playing Medusa, so I denied the on delete deck.
Yeah.
But he kept like looping his like Nidhogg's with the tamer, and I was just like, oh, this guy's fucking pissing me off. He's just going like +2 memory. But like nothing. He wasn't using his scapegoat properly, and then like I stuck, and it was one of those where it was like the cards were up on the board, like whether you choose to read them or not.
Yeah.
I stuck a Gauss, and then he goes, yeah, I'll play the tamer, and then I'll crack my emblem to reduce for an evolution cost of 3.
Yeah.
And I go, for 3. And he goes, no, it's free. And I go, Gaussmon effect. Gaussmon has text. And he picks up and he goes, can I still evolve and not reduce? Yes, you can still, it's still an action.
Yeah.
It's not by reducing is when you would reduce. So you can still do everything else. You just got to pay the 3. And like, I mean, my card has text. Like I can't let him like just pretend that, you know, he didn't just trigger his cards.
Only Floodgate that has 2 lines of text.
That is true. +1, +2.
That's why they didn't reprint him.
Yeah. Might have been a bit too
They're
broken.
not a fan.
I think Gaussmon was really interesting because like it felt like all the Medusa players had figured out that all the good Medusa players were like, oh, we need Gaussmon, and nobody was saying anything. Everyone was like keeping that shit on the down low. It was like
It's just like,
It just made the mirror so stupid, and none of us wanted it.
yeah.
well, okay. The thing is, right? The games that I lost were because
Yeah,
I
the deck
bricked
does
in
it to itself. Yeah.
I lost because I bricked in like round 4. My opponent, she's great. I always play against her. Like she's like not like a bracket demon, but she's like a bracket check.
She's your number 1 op.
Yeah, like I just lost because game 1 I didn't see level 4s, and game 2 I needed Medusa and I just didn't see Medusa. So it was kind of like a whatever loss. But it was like I was like, shit, I should have just been on Uko because the Gauss just doesn't matter. Like I'm losing games because I'm not seeing pieces versus I'm not finding my tech. And even the Medusa mirrors, I only lost the Medusa mirror, and that was the loss that actually like cost me the event, was that I just didn't see a kill line. I just overcomplicated things. Looking back on it now, I just had guaranteed lethal. I just didn't see it. And I also had like a game where I just like bricked, but my opponent just didn't punish me. So in conclusion, the Medusa mirror is just like, yeah, man, I hope that I break less than you, and I hope that I see Sirocco before you. That's literally what it comes down to. like nothing. There's like 3 things that matter: who makes Styreco first, who bricks less, who's on Gauss. That's it.
Such a boring pile.
My last round, this guy was like, I'll go first. And I was like, this fucking guy's on Uko, but he's just not going to see it. So he goes like, rookie plus like whatever. And then I go rookie delay or rookie for delay.
Yeah.
And then on he would do something and then I'd promote, make Styreco, and I just win the game.
The game's
and
over.
I did that twice. In fact, this guy sacked me so fucking bad that the first game I swing Crimson Blaze, but it's like, okay, you know, it sucks, but it could be a lot worse. Then he tries to Jedi mind trick me into like, no. So like the way that you want to do things is like you actually don't want to like do the things that win you the game. And I was like, no, what?
Just win the game.
Like, are we stupid? Like, what kind of like my Jedi mind? Like, this is just bad. Like, no, I'm not gonna fall for bait.
Yeah.
I know how to play the mirror. I know which interaction points I want. He was just like, oh no, but like you're supposed to like kill my guy. And I was like, dude, you're in progress. Well, what do you want me to do? Like, are you dumb? And then game 2, same thing again, Crimson Blaze again. And I was like, oh, this guy's fucking with me. This guy's stacking his Crimson Blazes. I can't prove it, but he's fucking stacking them. And then worse, I go for kill shot, and then it's fucking Serpentine, and I'm like, oh, I'm so fucked right now. But then I was like, okay. He can't kill me here. I need to just like lock in and hope that he swings his Styreco because he's dumb, right? Because if he had a Styreco established, so he swings, and then he made something. He then made a second one. And I was like, oh, he already swung one. Had he just not swung and just sat on 2 like upright Styrecos, he had no security. So like I just go promote, swing, you have to block, and then I slam Medusa, win the game. End of turn, I swing, I win. See you later.
I did actually get to do that twice on last weekend. It was pretty sweet.
But it was so, this guy was just like, yeah, no, but like you should, no, you're in progress. What the fuck, man?
That Owen is so infuriating. The end of turn 1.
Oh, okay.
Just like,
Mister, I have exponential fucking infinite value tamer that plays
I literally
options.
will not hear this
should get
while
an end of
Ryuji
turn attack. It's
Ryuji
Blitz.
Mishima
No.
continues to draw breath, by
end
the
of,
way.
end of turn attack. Okay, end of turn attack is fine. It's that you can't play around them slamming a rush body and just going, all right, swing. They could pass you 10, and it doesn't matter because you've just lost the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I pass you 10, I hope I won.
Yeah, but
Nah,
like
gang.
it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah, make a blocker. What?
Hey, for what it's worth, Seth, most of the time I was passing 5.
This guy.
They're gonna do
Medusa's-
something. They're gonna do something about Cycle and Mon. I'm not originally like. I'm not in the spirit of ban list predictions when I don't wear a suit and tie. But I gotta tell you, oh my god, I have had multiple opponents ask me what they thought. What has to get done about Medusamon? And for one, I'm like, you're asking the wrong
It's
question.
Lamia. It's Warp
This
Lamia.
is not how we do it. They're never going to hit that Lamia. It's just simply
Okay,
they're
sure.
more likely
The
to
egg.
hit, they're more likely to hit the egg. But the card they should hit, just for everyone's benefit, is Cyclone. Just,
actually-
that card is so stupid in so many places.
Actually, Harry brought up a
and
good
it's
point.
Really not pleasant.
The weekend came down to
Yes, it's
how
Ukomon.
good was
Yeah.
How good
Yeah,
was
like
Ukomon
how
in
good-
your deck?
yeah.
Yeah. It's time for him to go. It's not funny
In-
anymore.
you
Big
know,
Ukomon
it's-
ain't gonna do it.
You know it's bad than like the puppet players are like on Uko now.
it's 4 degrees of separation now.
Guys, like liberated deck killing from 4 is getting really fucking
Yeah.
old, man. Can we just like move on?
Dude, it
Yeah.
was
It's so
talking about
bad
it.
too because they're only gonna hit the egg and puppets. They won't hit Ukomon. he'll
No.
get away with it again.
It was so annoying as well because like we were talking about it on cast because I did get to interview some of these puppet players because there were a bunch of them. They were just like, yeah, people figured out this deck could kill from 5, but low-key that's slower than killing from 4. So like I'll chip you for free. Inconsequential chip or unseen chip. We can now finally address the elephant in the room.
Oh, the
Once again,
Ragnar?
The Ragnaloard, very funny.
yeah,
It's so funny.
Let's
It's
pull the list
so
up,
funny.
Pull the list up.
yeah.
I think the other one, people now found another one with Hyandromon.
It's
Yeah,
so
which
funny.
is-
Yeah,
It's
it's a
more
little bit more
searchable.
set up, a little bit less consistent.
No,
Sorry,
it's more consistent.
it's less consistent, but it requires a token, whereas Ragnar can kill from anything.
Yeah,
yes.
it requires one extra thing, which you will have anyway.
Yeah, 99% of the time you'll have it.
Yeah.
If your opponent hit promo shushu out security, there you go. There's your cost.
And like in theory, TS is like one of the few decks that can kind of beat the Ukamon, because like if you get choked to one, they can go Abyss area or Abyss Room or whatever.
Abyss
and
area
then, like,
for rookie.
as long as it's blue or yellow, then they'll have the blocker. But then they're passing a shit ton. So then it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do? Well,
not really passing a shit ton, because they usually just play the
Abyss can actually get away with it in like a really egregious way, where it's like you can go rookie in the back, tamer up front. So if they pass you one with Uko, you pay tamer for 4, and that chokes the 3 for the option.
This is quite similar to Harry's list, where this list was like it wasn't on Uko, so it was accounting for the mid rolls by playing the Hani, the fucking black guy, and the CL. The CL.
This is
like really similar to Harry's list.
Congratulations to Omnix Inigo, by the way. I think this is OmniX's first UK top, though.
First UK win.
So
he's on a different Hani. He wasn't on what does that Hani do?
Recursion, isn't it?
No.
This is another copy of Player Dude.
I'm pretty sure he's only playing it because he had a gold one.
That Inigo strikes me as the sort of guy that would do that.
Like, I could be wrong, I swear in his deck profile, because I've watched it, like he said he's playing it because it's gold.
Oh damn!
Because he has the emblem one, which like based.
Okay, I mean the guy what? So like as the analyst,
it could have gone either way.
It could have gone either way.
The semifinals were Medusa on deck out procedure in tiebreakers, so it was like very close.
The top 8 mirror. The top 8 mirror was kind of like if we run this simulation like 100 times, how many of those games does he actually win? Because his opponent. Like,
he was very upfront. He said if you're looking to try and take puppets to an event, you should take Luke's list instead. He was very upfront. It was take Luke's list.
This Blizzard break. I mean, but this is what this version of the deck can do, right? This version can low roll better than the Uko version. Yes. The Uko version cannot low roll. Like Luke's list is basically like it assumes that you always play the game, always plays the game, so it's the best list when you're always playing. Whereas this list is like, I'm at a tournament, things gonna go wrong. I'm gonna cover some of my weaknesses.
Yeah, Luke's list is very much like all gas no bricks. Like if my one turn goes wrong, then like, I don't know what to do after that.
I guess I'll just kill them in game 2.
Yeah, that's why we're best of 3.
Yeah, no, this list was super fun. Because we got to see him play through these low rolls really, really well. Like you could start to see
his game 1 in his top 8 game was like one of the most tough puppet breaks I'd seen in a little bit.
Yeah, it was really, really slow. And then even in the TS game, games 1 and 2 were like long games.
Yeah, it was a toughie.
And then he got puppet high roll. The Ragnar isn't completely unsearchable. You can find it off treadmill training, but that's it. Really funny.
That's kind of
yeah.
The deck has enough cycle that as long as you like don't as long as you like know when to search versus like when to just fish for draws, you can kind of get to the Ragnar. Like there's a certain point that you should stop looping the search Shumon because like you could randomly bump into the Ragnar. I think like the ruin mode is kind of cute as a way to punish, exactly like Medusa. Medusa doesn't have a ton of outs to ruin mode that like let you play the game.
It's literally Medusa just
puppets. It's like Medusa puppets, and it can punish like the variants of TS that we saw topping that were like only rookies and megas. This turns off all the rookies because like now when they're paying 3 for field spell, reduced cost play, something they're having to play an Olympian as opposed to getting like their free value, double search drop every turn.
It's sick into Minerva specifically because even if Minerva blocks it, the DP minus is already on the field, so then nothing floats. There's basically no de-digivolve, so you're almost more likely to get your end of attack in the mirror. But it's weird like that. Like there's flexibility to these cards. Shoutouts. Do you think we're gonna finally get people pretending puppets isn't? Or sorry, are we still getting people pretending puppets isn't a top 3 deck?
I think people have been complaining about puppets for a while. I think we were just like that. If puppets is the thing you're complaining about, I think you maybe skill diff. But then we saw what maybe we were missing, which was Ukamon. Yeah, like maybe the same 7 commenters in every puppets video that are bitching about puppets winning stuff. Maybe they had information.
Right.
It's
There
stupid
was-
too because it's good with this egg. The egg is great no matter what. It's broken. It lets you do the double overclocks. It's good with Ukomon too because Ukomon is just like fuck it. I'll take a memory. Whatever. It's fine. I'm over it.
There was like even like outside of like Top Cut, there was just so much puppets at Bristol, like just like walking around, like
Yeah.
every 3 tables there was a guy playing puppets.
If you're a puppets enjoyer, you could get a memory marker for your deck so you have nice shiny bling. I'll let a friend of the show, Hopper and Hair. Go check
Yeah.
it out. It's Hopper and Hair. You can
They
find
made
them
a
online.
sale
They literally
during
Google
bracket.
search for it.
During a mirror. It's like, I'll buy one of those, and then got Swift to it.
Yeah.
The one thing that surprised me as well was like there was so much Imperial.
Yeah, well, it's beloved.
There was
isn't
like
it?
a lot of Imperial.
This is Luke
Great.
Bennett's list, right?
Like, yes, it was like AD1 and Liberator. Like, once again, this was an excellent show for the Digimon scene. This is why we covered it, so that way that people know to please buy product. AD1's doing exactly what it's supposed to. Imperial was played. I saw Omni being played. I forget what else was
Both
in
it and Red Hybrid topped.
Yeah, we will talk about Red Hybrid. The Red Hybrid match was very funny. Do not think that was ruled correctly, but it's fine. He lost.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the trio tamers do not, when you're targeting them from an effect, they count as all of the names, but you can only target one name. So Zoe, Tommy,
Takuya.
is 4 names, but when referencing it for BT21 Takuya, you pick one of the 4 names. So 2
Okay.
tamers does not equal 5.
It's not 5
tamers.
names.
It's
Yeah,
not
you
5
need to have
names.
multiple copies for it to count to each one of its names. Yeah.
So he was doing a free Evo and it was supposed to be only reduced by 2.
Yes, that is how that was supposed to be ruled.
Ah, so my theory was correct.
I mean, you just pick a name that isn't Takuya, right? Because it's
Yes.
then it's still 3 names. Because you just go,
Yes.
like, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that, you have a Takuya Koji, and the trio, you should be fine. But
Yes,
You
it
don't
just
need-
means that you couldn't use them for like, oh, we're actually like -7 on like, this is actually
So I was
-7
right.
cost
It's like
even.
it's not a free Evo because like my thought process was like, there's no way that like I get that the deck could be pretty good, but like there has to be some kind of involuntary like
I think the
Maybe
memory was
not
being made back on
cheating.
the rookie. That was the other thing I'd seen.
yes,
'Cause
but
they're
it's like
Strabi BT6 was being looped.
Yes.
But
Is
the
that the right
main
number?
thing, but the main thing is like the breakpoints it's like sort of kind of matter, and it's like, well, a free Evo versus like a 1 cost Evo matters because then your Strabi is just a raw plus memory. But also like, yeah. I'm not saying that he cheated every game, but I'm also saying that he probably got away with like evolving for free when it should have costed at least 1.
It is what
It is what it is. Really, really fun list to watch though. It was.
I think it's so cool that finally we can talk about Dragon Links again. Because the last time
No, there's
this
nothing
even
cool
got,
about Dragon
yeah,
Link.
no, it's that like we can pretend like what pissed me off is that like we had like a 2-month window where everyone was like, this is legit when Galaxy was broken. To be fair, so it's been what, like a year and a half. But like red end Galaxy and like people were playing like the 2 Dragon Links floodgates. It's like this has always existed if your red deck is splashable enough.
Shout out to Demonic.
Yeah, so now this is
Continue my
just
run.
another like people are gonna have to consider this going forward, I think. Because these cards are contextually very strong against the things Time Stranger does. And if Time Stranger is gonna stay good, these 2 cards will stay good.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it's more the card game is more fun when good deck building is incentivized. Yeah, very good time. But yeah, it was cool to see this. Can we talk about Imperial really quick? Because I played a couple Imperials, and I think the list is interesting because it's like a good showcase of like Bandai have talked about this when they talk about AD1. Whether or not this is like the spiciest list or whatever, that's not the point. The point is that they're talking about like the merit of like, oh, if we're going to support a number of archetypes by supporting them natively in AD01, like what does that look like? Do we want these decks to be this powerful as a 4 for the format, or like do we think that we'll come back to these regularly? And it seems like they think that like the idea going forward is that they'll make sure Imperial is like, you must be this tall to ride. Like it's a built-in gatekeeper for the game.
It's so interesting as well because like they've tried to like we always complain that the ceiling is always getting higher, but the floor isn't getting any lower. No Jades in this list. This is really bad for our Imperial players to really play the game properly. propaganda.
This
But
The trainings are coming out soon.
This is just for
is-
Progenitor.
yeah, for Primo, but
Yeah.
this guy seeing play in multiple Imperial lists that topped is so funny. I think the
I think-
one
I
that
think
played on
yeah.
stream
playing-
also swung this as well.
I think playing this card in a format full of Crimson Blaze is like if
You're
you
braver than me.
if you swing this and it hits Crimson Blaze, your turn's over. Like your turn is done.
Yeah, that's fair. Really funny.
But it's
though.
like I feel like I played against this guy. I played against Darren, and I spoke to him about it afterwards because like I also play Imperial, and it's much more of like trying to play for stability and like very much that if you make the new fighter mode on turn 2, your opponent like has to deal with it the rest of the game, and if they can't deal with it the rest of the game, then you've won.
My issue is like I think that theory is like okay into like some scenarios, but the problem is like there's too many common outs in the format that just kind of like beat it up. Like because you're swinging, you're like checking TS security, which is not great, and then like Medusa doesn't particularly care about the Imperial because progress.
Yeah, you can do it all at progress.
And then also like Venus just kind of like holds you hostage a little bit, like the BT24 Venusmon. But what this deck is pretty good into is like liberated decks that don't have like conventional outs. Like you can kind of sometimes just floodgate people. Like, you know, you like Seb says, you make the guy and then the opponent's just like, oh, I can't play the game.
I did watch a Rocks player who did not have the ability to keep their turn if they didn't just loot memory inherits lose to BT 16 Dragon mode.
Yeah,
because he just like he could not afford one Digivolve. He just his turn would be over.
The B16 Dragon mode's an interesting one because like me and Liam obviously talk about Imperial a lot, and we've gone away from it because it's like why threaten to make like a fighter mode when you just make a fighter mode that grieves your opponent anyway.
I think
So
it's
that's why
I think it's mainly the appreciated thing about this is like the tamer interaction. Like you can like lock tamers.
Yeah,
in.
like locking tamers is like really big.
Also, now you can
Yeah.
build a pile in the back. I've seen people just like, if I'm stuck, like pile in the back into this thing gives you some kind of semblance on board. So like,
It's also an unsuspend that's like very easy to perform, right? You just evolve into this and then you just unsuspend.
yeah,
And it like I think unironically evolve like triggering the when digivolving of the fighter mode on the opponent's turn is
Yeah.
like you 2-for-1 them.
It does matter a lot.
I kind of get it, but I think like it depends what each individual Imperial player is like valuing, and like I think on that weekend, Control was slightly better than Bombo, but I think like once we move away from like Crimson Blaze format and like you know floodgatey type stuff, I think like the Bombo Imperial is just kind of waiting around the corner, being like, I have a mem boost, I have like a level 4, and like if you don't like stop me, you're dead next turn.
this
ST9 Dragon mode continues
Yeah.
to be the best card of all time.
this
Yeah, exactly.
this segment of this episode stands to age the worst because, as I understand it, Imperialdramon did finish first place at the Sydney Regionals earlier today in Australia. I think the list is public. There was like a Laza 2 deck profile about it, but I don't know if it's the exact same 50. But regardless, you know, maybe there's a world where we're going to know a little bit more about how good AD Imperial is. But it's just like, where is the floor, right? So Imperial will move the needle. The rest of the game.
Free mem set as well. I've always noticed that he's on free of the mem setter, which is like very uncommon. Like 2 has been like the like standard since BT16, so like seeing like more of it is interesting.
More chances to draw,
I think
right?
it's
yeah,
also
he's
that,
on
like,
Jade as well, which is like
Oh, the
It makes
list that
sense.
Laza shown is like a locals thing one. So unless it was locals leaked
I
the
believe
list
it's the same guy as well.
at
So
peak, then
Oh, dubs.
yeah.
I think like the main thing with like playing 7 tamers is like 7 tamers plus 4 primogenitors basically means that like you either get the tamer out of security more often or the primogenitor with a tamer in hand, and then
so you
like
can consistently like have them on the board.
yeah, pretty much, right? Because like you if they check primo, then you go, oh okay, cool. Next turn, I just robbed you so much because like I'll play out the Davis, I'll play out the mem setter, I get to search 2, and I guarantee go to 3, which like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because like he's on such a high count with the 16 dragon mode, like having more tamers is relevant because the floodgate from the dragon mode will then always be live because you need a tamer for it.
yes, you need a tamer. Yeah.
yeah, they
Oh my god. Sykkuno got exposed. What? That's a.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. If you know, you
Oh my god, guys! XBmon cheated on Stingmon.
Oh god, this guy's disgusting. He has like mixed Stingmons. Dude, what? Even I am not that much of a psycho. Commit.
I've seen the new AD ones look really nice. I normally don't give this deck a lot of love, but it's very cool.
I'm never getting them. I've accepted at this point. They're so fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's a real shame if you didn't have them and wanted them because it just won Sydney.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing about the weekend is like the singular Zeph top. That like he solved the issue that Zeph had, which was like, you know,
the damage sucked.
The damage sucked so bad.
Just Sack plus 1 inherit.
What if I just like played Sack plus 1 and killed you? And like, I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, my bad. I was unfamiliar with your game.
It also is another 1-cost choke opener as well.
Yeah.
That's so good. Like, they go, 1-cost Ukomon, you go, bet.
The funniest thing about this, right, is like, because the optimal like kill route is you put the Sack plus 1 and then you go into the beat stick Grand Gale, calling it beats, just whatever, man. I'm not gonna. Anyway, you go into the good unsuspend. So then you swing a 5, you evolve into the 6. You're now unsuspended with like a bajillion power. And then that's swing, unsuspend, swing again. That's 5 checks. Like you've cleared the opponent's security. You're like +6 on whatever level 6 you're on. So you beat every level 7. You just die to options, but like whatever. At that point, as long as you have the Shoto that lets you Vortex Face or a Kokatori, you win the game. This is like really, really funny because Zeph's whole thing is like, we kind of want to be on board because of Vortextramon, but some decks just kind of beat Vortextramon. What if I killed you? What if I killed you so good?
It's like Shades of Green All Force, right? Like it's finally I could just do it.
Don't call it.
We need to stop giving unsuspend decks Sack plus 1 inherits. They need to stop.
Yeah. Also, I called this week 1 of Vortex. I told you the list that did well would end up on protection again, just in case they don't make Vortex.
Do you guys remember Melga? Melga? 2 checks, swing 5 times.
So the thing with this Grand Gale, it only makes sense that they're on this one because they're still on like medieval plus aces. So like when the deck has to pivot, because they're on 2 ace, it's like any time that they're not going into Vortextramon, they can sit on a Zeph that as long as it's like unaffected and then like have an unaffected ace. That's like the main thing that this version has.
Yes, which I was pretty adamant that like
good.
It's cool to go wide, but like Zeph was really annoying when it was protected, and I feel like in a tournament setting, just being able to just go, nah, I'll bounce off you next turn is so incredibly valuable.
My main gripe with like this list is like I think the level 4 ratios are wrong. I think like we need to play more of the one that plays out the Tamer. I think that's just like the most value Grand Gale. And then like yes, I get the reason for not playing more of the Grand Gale that plays out bodies because like you know, it suspends something to play something to play a body out, so we don't have that many high value bodies that we could play out off of the Grand Gale. So like I kind of get it. The warp one, because like we also have between Mucho and Kokua, we don't have as many targets for like the hand warp effect. But the rest of the list looks fine. Like they were 3 emblem is kind of weird because like when we're on Kokua, it's useful, but I don't know, maybe like more boosts and trainings would maybe be a little bit better.
This is also like one of the few Zeph lists that's playing the fluffy egg and not playing Coco.
And it's like I sort of get it because like we have like piercing plus like more checks, like we can Vortex take turn back. But then if we're committing to the fluffy, like not playing Dara feels a little bit bad, but then it's also like, well, we're playing for
This is that card bad, right? It's got that card bad, right?
It's got the bad.
Dara's bad because like it's got bad inherit, not in Grand Gale, so you can't do the warp. Like why would you ever play Dara?
I think like the main thing from this was like the guy just had OTK lines and he probably just won games because he just killed people. That's it.
Yeah, you have to make. I
guarantee every time he went Coco and Racing, everyone went, "What the fuck does this do?" and read it.
Yep, and then
now you realize you're just gonna die.
Because I think that's the thing, right? When people look at the Sec +1, you trick them into playing on board because they go, "Oh, I could die here. I have to do something."
Yeah,
so
but
they put
actually,
guys
yeah,
on
but
board.
like- one
into
is-
green.
Yeah, it's the only way to make this worse is to give this
Yeah.
deck the ability to do everything at once.
So yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, this works.
If you think about it, it's like you lose the one memory from the Tarotmon, right? But you get the memory from
Yeah.
the Gilmon
You
working.
get-
So
Yeah, from the fluffy. So
yeah, it's all good.
I feel like whether or not Zeph will continue to convert depends on like will Hoodie continue to convert because Hoodie's like its biggest, like one of its biggest ops.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see. There's some stuff. There's like I think a variety in the format this deck isn't actually crazy about playing against. But we'll have to find out.
And we're
But
gonna
like,
get
why
more.
play Zeph when you could just play Leopard?
Redirect is really bad.
Yeah.
Redirect is like very, very bad. Like something like Millenni can be like a fucking pain in the ass. Because like against something like Millenni, you have to climb all the way into Zeph Ace.
Yeah,
and
or
then-
are they on EX2 as well.
No, EX7 Zeph, no.
Tina.
So like you basically have to give up swinging at 5, so then you go evolve into Zeph Ace, bottom deck the Millenni, and then Zeph Ace and your inherit, you can time them correctly so you can still go 2 checks, unsuspend, 2 checks, unsuspend, 2 checks. And then you just need the extender for game. Which like, you know, if that's one of your outs, that's a pretty good out.
Yeah.
Good as Zeph.
Zeph, man. Whoa, green, yeah.
We're gonna spend a lot of time in the next few months talking about Time Stranger.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. I do think it's cool. I want to highlight very briefly that it was Jazz's first event, so congratulations to them. That was a really cool little story to follow throughout the tournament.
Crazy deck as well. Like
Yeah,
spam.
just hardcore committal. I mean, Megazoo is good. Like, welcome back to Digimon. It's
4 Throne, 3 Abyssary is so funny.
It's tight. I hadn't really like deeped how the like full gimmick worked, but Venus letting you choose where things go, meaning you can get both throne room and abyss area in the same security face up pretty consistently, was kind of cool.
And then things like Tidal Stream and Shock Button being able to
win the mirrors.
Yeah, really, really useful in the mirror. It was cool. Because sometimes as well, when you're wanting to pass 5 for the mirror, having an option that you're also getting additional value out of was sick as well. So really, really sick list. Also, craziest voodoo shuffles I've ever seen. Like genuinely the craziest. I don't think until even into finals, I don't think Jazz played a single set that at least 2 of the games the opponent didn't break. Crazy. But yeah, no, really cool. Got to see them versus Johnny. Craziest triple brick of all time. And then against they played the mirror in top 4, and then obviously finals as well. So yeah, really, really sick run. Really interesting approach to the deck, Megazoo, and all of these rookies double hit. Every single one of these options just represents a rookie that then double hits. I don't think I ever saw the hand under 15 cards.
When your deck doesn't need to digivolve, levels stop mattering, so card draw and cycle become just most consistent advantage you can generate. And then in this kind of deck, like Asana was actually ridiculous because the one time I saw Asana was ridiculous. Like that interaction is gross anyway. But when you see Asana to like hide the fact that you drew the shock plasma, so that like on the clapback the turn is gonna get even worse. Like it's like a really interesting gameplay because like all the rookies are doing the revealing, so you have like a 2-speed game plan of like I will show you what I'm doing, I will hide what I am doing. And it's gnarly because when it works, it's nuts. You just draw so much of Homeros in the mirrors. Like, you know, whatever. Water's wet. You play the best card in the mirror match. You say you win. But it was fun to see it because for a little bit at least, it was like it was cool to see a different kind of deck do good.
Yeah, the top 4 first in Swiss was kind of a heartbreaking way to go out as well. All of the semifinals was rough. Like this was forgetting that Minervamon requires Iliad. And that Dan and Yuki are not from Iliad.
They're not Iliad.
Mattered a lot. And then yeah, the Dan Yuki. Yes, guy found in deck he's supposed to be in, but what is he doing?
He helps you speed up Mega Zoo and give you a Crimson Blaze card. So
this is like the most like Royal Knight-esque like technology I've ever seen.
Yeah, they were like just trying to speed up a Royal Knight that doesn't leave the board. Neptune's pretty good when he doesn't go over your Digi-Egg.
Yeah. And Crimson Blaze was cool.
Well, it was there at least.
It was there.
The only spice. Oh, sorry, I don't sound rude because if you played this, I, you should get your credit. Congratulations on your top 16. The Jessmon in top 16 is very much like a lot of Jessmon.
I forgot about that.
there's one Jessmon list here. It's a lot like every other Jessmon you've ever seen, except it's playing AG1 Omnimon, and I think that's because it gives you a burn for lethal, which is kind of a
it
neat
also
tech.
eats options, right?
Yeah, well,
that's
it does load on the same trigger, but it's a cute idea because one of the like advantages you get from this card is that like you can like really hardcore commit to your 2-turn kill, because when Gankumon sets up a board, you can bring Jessmon in next turn, and Jessmon can get a burn as well as having the stabilized board that you built. So like it's got lines. It's neat.
Yeah, it was very, very fun.
What were you gonna say, Seb?
So this is like one of the other guys who I also played against, like Free Swiss, and like seeing the Omnimon, I was like, okay, I now understand that I have to play very carefully around this.
I think you played him the round after Peter.
I played him last round.
Oh yeah, you played him soon after Peter, because Peter, we saw this this exact player on stream versus Ex Machina, and I was reading.
Sorry, this is so cool. This is an awesome moment on the show. That pronunciation's brand new and no one's
I wasn't gonna say
before.
anything.
Sorry,
yes,
this is an
Ex
audio
Machinamon.
format.
Yes, Ex Machinamon, but yeah, Peter says McQueena, so like I was just I'm
Steve McQueenamon.
I was just
Whiny McQueena.
Ciao.
Well, I link Machinamon. Ciao.
Yeah, this was very funny because this was one of the ones where the 81 got revealed. I went, Sebathan, my boy, do not get turned into a clip.
No, because you told me he was on Gankumon like Total Hermit deck. So I sat down at him, and then he went Jessmon, swing 5 checks at my face, and I went, oh shit. But then he then lost the game for like other reasons.
I think it's funny that this deck is still gonna hang out. I mean, a board full of bozos is tough to out for a lot of decks, so I understand. But hey, speaking of things you might not understand, we've not been live in a little while, and sometimes if you're not familiar with Memory Gauge, I spoiled it.
Do we have time for Memory Gauge?
We're gonna do like 3 of them. It'll be fine. We got time. We've only been live an hour and a half. What's up? Hello, the internet. Welcome to Memory Gauge Memory. It's in parentheses. Somebody asked me about that. It's Memory Gauge the Room. And you can't have my guy Seb on without me being a W uncle and not letting him play a game show. So welcome to Memory Gauge the Room. It's like Magical Hats from that one MBT series, except I stole it and I'm not a good content creator. Here's how this works. These 3 folks here along this column that my hand is near are going to be given a statement. That statement might be something kind of generic and all-encompassing around the TCG, like the statement, there are too many Greymons in the Digimon TCG. Unfortunately, though, unlike the rest of the show, they're not going to keep it 100 with you right now. They're actually going to lie to you. I'm going to send them, I have dice, literally 2d20 on the table with me right now. It's the web app I used to use died. I killed it. It didn't work. But these folks are going to get their instructions, and their job will be to deceive you, the viewing audience, and their fellow contestants as to who might not be giving their serious, honest input on the topic. So, fellas, this isn't your first rodeo. Seb, at least I know you've seen one of these, so let's get at it. Let me roll the dice, get everything going.
Oh, is the picker still broken?
Yeah, picker's been broken for a couple months. I'm getting it fixed. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be receiving your instructions on Discord right now. Yeah, so then I'm going to read you guys the statement, and everything will be very chill. So, boys, I hope you're so excited. This is going to be a good one. I had a couple of these saved up for a little while. Fellas, the statement you'll be responding to today is, the card game being affordable is still a main selling point that you use after all these years. One more time. The card game being affordable is still a main selling point after all these years. I'm going to give them a little bit of time to think about this. Obviously, we mentioned earlier on the show 81 big things like that. But, maybe if you happen to be incorporating an entire Vanguard locals into the Digimon trading card game scene in your local hometown, that might come up for you. So there's a whole lot of things to consider with this. What usually will happen is once these guys have had a chance to stick, you might want to go over to, unless you're seeing this live on YouTube, of course, you can catch the streams over at twitch.tv/KnTElixar or check the live tabs on YouTube. But if you are watching it live, you can go and swing yourself over to twitch.tv/KnTElixar, where you can contribute channel points and channel points that you go on betting sprees, and you can determine who you think might not be it. Because it's always fun to be like, even though the guys on the show didn't know, I knew, and I'm so smart. If you don't have any channel points because you weren't watching on Twitch, don't worry. Following gives you a whole bunch of them. So you can follow for free at no cost. All you need to do is have a Twitch account. You'll be able to join in. So,
and if you find out that you have an Amazon Prime, you can take money away from a billionaire and give it to these lovely hosts right here.
Absolutely. Fellas, I vamped for a while. You guys ready to
go? No, actually. I remembered that I have to do stuff on Twitch. So Shotgun not going first.
All right. Well, we'll make Marcio go first this time. That's funny to me.
Okay.
All right. Marcio, are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
And for the edit later, Marcio's statement he's responding to is, the card game being affordable is still a main selling point after all these years. Marcio, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I would say that I still use that statement as like a way to sort of help people navigate whether or not they want to try out the Digimon card game. I think like affordability is something that I prioritize early, something that I prioritize when I'm talking about like the pros and cons of the game, just because like I know that even if a game might not always be in the best spot, that doesn't matter for somebody who's trying it. And I think like price point is a big barrier. If I tell somebody that, yeah, like Digimon is pretty fun and it's pretty cheap, that's a pretty big selling point. As to something like a different card game where I could say, oh yeah, the game is pretty fun, but it is a bit expensive. Like I think like something like Riftbound, right? Like Riftbound was sort of like expensive for a while, and so like people didn't try it as much. Whereas like with Digimon, at the end of the day, it's cheap, so a deck won't really cost you that much.
And that's time. Marcio has responded to the statement, the card game being cheap after all this time, the card game being affordable is still a main selling point after all these years. We'll have Seb go next. Seb, you ready to roll, buddy?
Yeah.
Seb, your time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think very similarly, like the game is still like really affordable. Like if you're like just a guy who wants to play the guy he's seen in the show and enjoy his like one dude he thinks is cool, then like yeah, the game is still really affordable. Like especially when you only wanted to spend money on like one deck because you want to try it. The game continues to sort of be very like friendly to that, and like your deck isn't going to get support every single set most of the time, so it's very easy to sort of like dip in and out. So like similar to like how Vanguard is that like your clan will get support in one set and then it will leave it for like 2 or 3 months and then you'll get support again.
All right, that was Seb responding to the statement, the card game being affordable is still a main selling point after all these years. But Memgage works in threes. Andrew, are you ready to finish this up?
I believe so.
All right, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Man, I love Vanguard. I just wanted to outspeed Seb when it came to mentioning Vanguard. I do think that Digimon is, it being affordable is one of its main selling points because a lot of people are getting into Digimon from all over thanks to the different like medias that are in. Obviously, Time Change has done really well. There's Beat Break, the anime and stuff. Like the fact that product is so widely available from like first and resale markets makes the game so easy to jump into, and it's a really easy thing to say that like, oh, have you interacted with any form of Digimon media over the past like year or so? There is a cheap way to get into the game casually, play some tier 2 Digimon, but also if you are someone that has a competitive background, maybe from a different card game, being able to say, hey, come pick up this additional card game. It's not going to cost you as much as your main game because there's reprints, there's super cheap product, and even something like you can go top 8 a regional on Hoodie. The secret, like our secret rares are a tenner tops in a lot of things. So affordability is still one of like the main like pulling factors for new players.
And that was Andrew's time. That was Andrew responding to the statement, the card game being affordable is still a main selling point after all these years. Fellas, that was you guys ranting. You did good. You yapped for 60 seconds. It's harder than it looks for the people in chat who are being like, I can do this. But again, you want to go over to twitch.tv/KnTElixar, put your prediction in, let them know. I'll give you my 2 cents on this one. I actually don't know. I feel like the card game is cheap, but the thing about Digimon is that they are really worryingly adding a new expensive rarity that none of these guys mentioned. And that stresses me out a little bit. So we'll have to see what that looks like when VT25 comes out.
Not all of us are planning around
Digimon,
the red Gallantmon UR that's eventually gonna fuck up your binder. Like not all of us.
Well, yeah, that's gonna make everything really annoying. But I just, if you're a beat break guy, bad luck on your new 8 ultra rares.
It's like whoever the imposter was, guys, it wasn't me, by the way. Whoever the imposter is, dude.
They're probably so smart and so handsome.
I probably want to say it's Seb because you didn't mention promos. Like, I think whoever the imposter is deliberately did not mention promos because there are a handful of decks that like, oh yeah, this deck is pretty cheap if you like have the promo. Oh, you don't have the promo, you're fucked. Or like cheap is like relative.
Moving past the damage Vidramon did to his wallet.
Yeah, like cheap is relative, right? So it's like,
what do you mean? What do you mean damage? I got mine for free.
Oh yeah, true.
Now.
You got him off of Tricky.
W Tricky.
Wait,
W
how
Tricky.
expensive is the Millennium on draw promos?
Got what?
ISM.
Yeah,
I mean,
ISM, Wicked God Emerges, any of the nines.
They were locals cards.
Not very. The only expensive part of Millenni is the promo Millenni. Like, I've been looking at it this week, so I want to play it, and like he's like the only expensive card.
Is it Andrew?
Need to borrow them,
What would he choose to not mention? Either that or Tom did like a triple, like, you guys all told the truth. But like he hasn't done that in a while, so
yeah, so he might have done it. I'll be real with you, Marcio. Until you mentioned promos just now, I deadass forgot.
Yeah, I also forgot about promos.
I was gonna say you didn't mention it either, but I just straight up deadass forgot that was a card.
Well, they've stopped doing it, right? Like box top are like promos being new cards. I say they've stopped doing it. They did it in 24, but like that's the first time.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
sorry, they did it in EX11 with the emblems. Rondes are 20.
Like,
you fucking yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
That's
why I was thinking
like
they're not that expensive though.
The puppet emblem is.
It was if you were a yellow player, the Knight Karova did well at Worlds this year. It made your deck expensive.
But like most of them haven't been that expensive. Like since like BT17, those box toppers were expensive.
That is true.
It's true. Hey, that's the time of the prediction. Andrew, where's the chat at?
That chat has dumped 100% of the vote into that boy Seb is lying. Thoughts?
100%.
That's crazy. Yeah, kinda.
It was.
So like, I have kind of similar to Tom. I have mixed feelings on it. Right? It's like the game is not as cheap as it used to be. Like when I got into the game was like extremely cheap. But like, if you want to play Shine or you want to play TS, tough luck, gang. You're dropping a lot of money on those decks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like Marcus and Algamon is 20 Great British pounds, and you need 4 of that fucker.
Oh, that's crazy.
Homeros, bro. Homeros is still 30 pounds.
I don't play TS because Homeros is so expensive.
Yeah,
she's like £30.
I'm hoping that Plutomon doesn't play to the TS strategy simply because I already have to borrow Dan Canans off of Seb in order to play Titan. I do not want to also be borrowing Homeros off of every player at Fanboy.
It's fine because all you need to do, you'll play Gobbly, you'll go into the new Dober X, who's going to be exactly the same. You'll go into the new Cerberus X, who's exactly the same as well.
True.
But now it costs 4 instead of 3.
All right, fellas, I'm rolling the dice for the next prompt.
Imperialdramon's £3 now. Do you remember when Imperialdramon was 20 quid? Yeah, do you remember when Imperialdramon was 20 quid for a bit?
Oh, you mean the super rare £3?
Oh yeah, that's all one. I owned pre-81. I own 8 of that card.
Yeah, I owned a playset that just sat in a binder because I kept saying, I'll build Imperialdramon, then never did. Do you know where they are now? They're in Titan.
Why would anybody ever want to build Imperialdramon?
Digimon's kind of cool, and like spider mode is kind of cool, but like the rest of the deck, not as much of a fan of. I had them because they may or may not have been armor cards, and I just stopped playing armor.
And now you play them in Titans, which is a much better use of your time.
Yeah, it's really funny.
All
Anyway,
right,
we have
fellas.
the fuse.
Fellas, you have your instructions, but I have the prompts. Andrew, can I have that camera?
Since you asked so nicely.
Thanks, man. Gentlemen, the statement you'll be responding to today is: variable deck size would present an interesting enough dynamic to experiment with as an alternate format. One more time. Variable deck size would present an interesting enough dynamic to experiment with as an alternate format. So when I'm talking about ultimate formats, we've had this discussion on Misplay before. A lot of the time we talk about EX formats. You know, the love I had for Highlander will remain. But it'll be an interesting one to see with this because, you know, what constitutes all the scopes to this. I like when sometimes the statements, they're nice and open-ended. So give the guys a chance to think about it. One more time, you guys make sure if you hop in over there, I hear the chat really had Seb's number there, but if you want to make sure you're really onto the guys, hop over to the right channel, make sure we're on Twitch, get yourself invested because following is free. And it turns the overlay a color.
Yeah, it turns it white.
You do that.
You could be like Salty
Very
Mandarin earlier, and maybe it'll help you top 8 original.
Shout out. Yeah, you want to be goated like him? This time we'll start at the bottom. Seb, are you ready to roll, man?
Hell yeah.
All right, Seb, you're going to respond to the statement. Variable deck sizes would present an interesting enough dynamic to experiment with as an alternate format. You get 60 seconds, and your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think that would be really interesting. Like on both ends, like having like a higher deck count would be so cool. Like, what if a Beelzemon player could keep milling forever? Like, that'd be so fun to watch. That would get so many clips on like YouTube. But then at the same time, like, what if like the problem with like some decks is that like, oh, you've got like so many cards you want to play, but then you have to put in more stuff afterwards because you have to play 50 cards or for consistency. Well, if the deck count was lower, you have to play less of those cards because you'd see them more often because your deck size is now smaller. But also, like, people say, like, when they're building their deck, oh, this is like the 51st card, or this is like the 52nd card. What if you could just play them anyway? And it, like, and also, like, Highlander, like you said, like, Highlander would also be much more interesting if, like, you didn't have to play 50 cards because you'd run out of ideas. And, like, well, if you could just play, like, 40, it'd be so much more interesting.
All right, that was Seb responding to the statement. Sorry, you got me right at the end there. The variable deck sizes would present an interesting enough dynamic to experiment with as an alternate format. Thank you, Seb. We'll go Andrew next because Andrew went last time. Andrew, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hell no. Imagine that the Beelzemon player could have a variable deck size and they could keep milling infinitely. That shit would suck. Yeah, no, from 2 standpoints, I think it's a little annoying. There's something nice about having a standard 50. I think games where you have to build a side format that has like variable deck size means that your sleeves, usually they're in counts of 50. It's really annoying to have to buy more or less because you're on a different deck count. And also, I think there's something cool about everyone playing by the exact same rule set. And it allows you to kind of see a little bit more of the color identity. So side formats, I would be more interested in seeing them mess around with things like a side deck or like changing some of the other base values for the game. But I don't think deck size for me offers enough of a distinct gameplay experience to warrant having an entirely different side format.
Thank you, Andrew. That was Andrew responding to that statement. Variable deck size would present an interesting enough dynamic to experiment with as an alternate format. Memgauge works in 3s. Marcio, you ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Marcio, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I could spend a minute and tell you that, like, yeah, big deck size is bad. What I could tell you is that what if instead of, that deck count going to your main deck, it went to your side deck, baby. Bring back side decks. What if we had side decks? Wouldn't that be cool? And then that alternate format could just be that we alternate from playing bad Digimon into good Digimon with side decks. Think about it. Oh, this this fucking puppet deck. Oh, you know, it's such a problematic deck. Oh, what if I just played Floodgates and Crimson Blaze in my sideboard? Or like, oh, you know, Styraco, I just can't. What if you just like played Spider Shooter and you just Digivolved it? How about that, huh? Wouldn't Sidex be awesome? Thank you. And you know, Misplay for Game MMLC.
That was Marcio responding to the statement, variable deck sizes would present an interesting enough dynamic to experiment with as an alternate format. Fellas, you've done your yapping. Chat, I need your best Sherlock Holmes impression topped in right now. It's we went on a journey there, didn't we? I want to hear about it. I think it's interesting. We got a little bit of a spread of answers there. Like I said, I like to keep the statements generic here. I didn't say what deck had to be a different size when we first discussed this chat with the members. Somebody had mentioned it'd be weird if you could have more than 4 and 5 eggs, and I've not gotten off that since.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
No, don't encourage you. Come on, this guy needs to go.
That's literally.
First of all, for the people complaining that I didn't answer their prompt, what you wanted me to just say? Yeah, man, big deck count, bad? No. Okay, I'm the terrorist in this answer. I'm doing the Jamie. Okay, I'm doing the mini kill
proven
special.
Track record, by the way, has about as many wins as any other strategy on this show.
I love orange.
Me too, man. Yeah, get us informed, chat. I you know, guys, it's funny doing it with you guys because this is a good balance. Seb, you really seem to bring out the true lack of empathy in my co-hosts. There's not a lot of love for their fellow man tonight.
I raised them right.
Yeah.
Always double down.
The best floodgate in the game is killing your opponent.
One of the things when this had originally been discussed as a prompt was whether or not like the idea of like whether we would suggest a maximum or a minimum in the question. You guys did all talk about maximum. I had
a minimum would be so funny. 40 card decks.
Seb's like, fuck, what if it's just a demo deck? What if I just play only good cards?
40 card
Sideline all the way up.
The weird thing as well though, right, is that like when you say, oh, your deck size like is increased, well, like your deck is 50 cards. Is it really? Because 5 of those go to your security and 5 are in your opening hand. So really, your deck is only 40 when you to begin with. It's like weird because like you have to lay out security in your hand at the start of the game. Whatever like your deck maximizes, you're always 10 below that when the game starts.
I think there is an absolutely disturbed, like, not that I think that deck is actually that broken, but I think there's a truly broken version of like a 2026 security control deck if it just played like 30 cards. Because I think if it had perfect access to looping its entire deck every turn, it might be too good.
Then their deck out strategy of like, oops, you committed too many resources to deal with me might not.
No, but you're still infinite. You just only have 30 cards.
No, but
you're
the funny
looping
like,
30 cards instead of 50 cards.
Imagine if your deck was like 100 cards like in Commander and your opponent palliaces you and you sit there and fend through the entire trash just to put it all back.
I guess, but it's like how many times can you survive a full deck loop, right? Like you gotta have a game plan at some point, but like what a concept.
Find Magna Kidmon way faster, huh?
Yeah, dude. And as long as they had 12 options, they're fine. Very funny. Of course the predictions are up, so were you guys funny or would the chat on to you?
Well, there is certainly an amount of monocoins that have been bet in my favorite game of the week. 1% of the vote thinks that Seb was lying.
Okay.
And the remaining 99% have a feeling that possibly Marcio was lying.
Why would I be lying?
You answered the question.
I answered the question.
He technically did.
One of these days, I'm going to come up with a way to referee this game.
He did technically.
I answered the question.
He technically, like, in the first 4 words he said, answered the question and then filibustered for 56 seconds. If you didn't pick up on that, it's like name the song and it's all the small things and they say it at the start of the song and never again. That's on you.
I literally said I could say what the other two have said is that like yes, it would be, funny if like a bigger deck count. So I'm gonna waste 50 seconds doing the classic misplay. Like, yeah, man, what do you want me to say? No, it wouldn't be interesting if we had a variable deck size. Like, you wanted me to lie when I was told to tell the truth? That would actually be griefing the game.
Yeah, it's
So
a
instead,
real shame for the monocoin economy right now. The Great Depression is upon us. Rams prices are through the roof. And yeah, no, I don't give
It sucks. It sucks seeing the car crash happen and knowing, well, I should have put another red light up.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
shout out
Andrew,
to the
good
one
job, man.
person. Shout out to the one person that tried to make off with all of Harry's money and dropped it down the drain. You lost the 50-50.
like,
Hey Andrew, what do you think about variable deck size?
I don't care. I genuinely don't care.
I'm disappointed in you.
Honestly, I had an answer, and then Seb mentioned the Beelzemon one. I went, excellent. I hope Tom makes me go next, because I'm just going to say the exact opposite of what Seb just said.
But it'd be really funny.
If I could pre-record all your guys' answers, I think that would change how this game worked.
It would
The
be
thing is,
interesting.
right, the only thing that would actually be interesting, which is again lines up with what I was saying, it's like smaller decks, because then like unironically, like imagine if we played like 40 cards, and it was like plus sets with 3 ofs. That would
Triple
be
G.
We've literally done the game would be better if playsets were 3 ofs on this show, by the way.
we've done that, and this is like an extension of that, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So it's like again, I'm correct.
I agree.
But side decks,
I just want to see funny things on YouTube. What if your opponent said Jack raid and they went to 10 from 0? That would be really funny.
That would
Also,
be very funny.
lower deck size would actually be kind of lower deck size, which again, it would be more interesting, of course. The only funny thing is like people having to play around deck out. It's like, at what point do you stop like digging? Because like, ooh, that deck is looking really thin. Ooh,
Your Digivice is kind of low on battery go.
Yeah, honestly,
you're gonna deck out.
I was going to mention pre-release and how like the lower deck size doesn't really do anything for me, but Seb's Beelzemon comment completely scrambled everything I was going to talk about, and I went, no, we cannot be allowing Beelzemon to consequence-free mill 40 and still be allowed to play the game. Absolutely not.
Well put, buddy. Given the state of the monocoin economy, I suspect that will be where we'll call our delightful episode of Memory Gauge the Room this evening. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was a pleasure as always. Fellas, we got anything else we want to, anything we like to highlight, anything we like to talk about that we usually do at the end of a Misplay
I want to
episode?
highlight that when my Glamora presses what's the move called? Power Gem, it kills the Charizard.
It does do that.
How's that for highlight?
I've heard that. Yeah. That's correct.
Hobbies are sick this year. Card games are sick this year. Seb, you gonna?
Hey, what the hell, man? My lawyer will be in touch.
Are you gonna be making any content?
Where's mine and Harry's deck profile on King of Knights TCG, by the way?
Sorry, gang, I logged in for Bristol. They'll be out during the week, I hope. They should be out during the week. Rietz hasn't done his for me yet. Rietz hasn't done his. I'm not seeing him for a month.
Well, that's Riyadh's problem.
I said to him, we'll sit in spoons and do it, and he never did. So yours will be out during the week, hopefully.
Unlike people who don't publish deck lists, this video is live, so there'll be no excuse. You got anything you'd like to shout out? Any people you want to say hello or thank you to or whatever like that?
Shout out to my ops.
Shout out to my ops.
Yeah.
You're strangely not the first dude who's come on this show and said that, which I think maybe says we've got the atmosphere wrong.
Who's your op? Draco Mayor 2000?
Nah, that's crazy.
Dudes, 555.
No, play Vanguard. Vanguard's really fun. Play Digimon. Digimon's also really fun. Despite saying I'm gonna play only Vanguard for the rest of the year, I've spent all week playing Digimon, but playing like dog shit, and it's been great.
Seb, we gotta shout out one more thing. We gotta shout out Buddy Fight 2, baby.
Buddy fight too.
Bouncing on it.
I'm not doing that on the internet.
You gotta. It's for the TikTok, man.
Yeah,
No.
he makes us into idiot clips anyway. You can't win.
True.
My clip.
There's a
yeah.
clip of me on this channel the other day saying I'm going to buy sandals. I haven't done it yet, by the way.
Yeah. Follow Seb here. I think this is the right King of Knights. There's a lot of you.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
say?
go on.
I forgot about that Gallum on thumbnail. This is fair deck no more. That's so funny.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I had the wrong King of Knights tagged for most of this because the other King of Knights channel has Metal Greymon. I went, that seems like something Seb would
That's
do.
the one.
That's the one.
It was not the right one.
But yeah, I'll eventually post more content. Me and some of my friends have bought a case of the new Vanguard set when it comes out, so I might stream that when we open it
Hell
for
yeah.
like the 5 people who will care.
Hell yeah. I'll watch the hell out of that. I love watching people who open cases and freak out about it.
No, here's the thing, right? It's not about the first case because these people are too dumb to stick to one case. It's the second case and a half that they'll just, instead of just buying the case share, they'll just buy like 5 or 6 boxes at a time.
Not me though.
You got to be there on Vanguard Fridays during set releases. It's a beautiful thing. You can get
It is.
you can get everything that you need because people just crack boxes like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. Our set 11 case though went foolish. It was insane. For me.
I have something I'd like to plug.
Go on.
This is some Digimon Misplay for Game content that I'd like to highlight. And if this becomes a thingy later, that's fine, whatever. If you are on the internet and you make videos about the Digimon trading card game, I want to hear from you. We have a project, a Misplay for Game, that I've been working on for many months. And myself and friend of the show, Mr. Jamie Minikill, are, now that we're done with our big time sync on this, going to be working very specifically hard on getting a pitch together to produce big pre-recorded section, like a big section special thing. It's gonna
Okay.
be sick.
Holy shit. I thought you were going to say pre-recorded stacks. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah, me and Jamie, by the way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's
You will
gonna,
not
be
have
sick.
my money.
It's gonna be sick. But if you make Digimon content, I want you to get in the comments of this podcast episode, or if this is something else later on the TikTok. By the way, follow that TikTok. Misplay for Game is a TikTok.
Yeah, I'll post to them more frequently. I just remembered that we have a TikTok.
But yeah, I want to hear from you. Just put a comment in. If you're on a team, I want to know about it. If you're pretty good at the card game and I've said your name on this show, please say hi.
If you're
I need
bad
to,
at the game but you like making content anyway, hit us
yeah.
up.
We need to kind of head count a little bit of a view. So let me know.
Oh my God,
get
Risu!
us out of here because we need
Yeah,
you
celebrity.
for approximately well, depend on the numbers, but it'll be a not huge intrusion of your personal life and your time, but we're gonna make something pretty cool. So get in touch, let us know. The comments on this podcast would be great. You can also find me on Twitter. It's at the TommyNT. I'm on there quite a lot at the minute. You may have seen my terrible, stupid Sylphimon meme. I was trying to arbitrarily make numbers go up ahead of doing this, so we're making bad clickbait. Thanks very much. But yeah, get in touch because I'd like to do some things and collaborate with some people. So I'm looking to get at you. Not just in English language creation, by the way. If you're interested, between the guys here on the show, we can work some stuff. So yeah.
Also,
Thanks very much.
Tom Marcio's side, but really Tom's side of the Bristol podcast will be going up after this because I received the file. We'll
It's
get
all
that
done?
going. But speaking
Our
of
first Misplay animated adventure.
yes.
Spoilers, we're Rooster Teeth fanboys no more.
But yeah, that'll be coming out. The continuity is a little scuffed, but it is what it is. Go watch that and tell us which part A, part B you enjoyed more of. And the thing we're gonna be doing after this is one game of Pokemon Champions.
We're gonna build Seb a team and we're gonna play one game with it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah, should we do the thing that people have been waiting for an amount of time for?
Yes, I've been ready all week, baby. I remembered to say it on the live stream. I was proud of myself. Andrew, come on, man. Baba Booey, chat. I'm sorry. I was probably like ruining the edging for you right there. I'm so sorry that happened.